see y'all. Wyatt Cullen, good looking, man. Yeah, man, Pimp got to stay on fire with this game, man. First and foremost, go ahead and put some love in your body. You can see a Pimp been killing the love today already, man. You're gonna have to go replenish in a minute. I don't even know if this love gonna get me through the whole live, you dig? But either way it go, this bottle gonna be empty before it's over with. But yeah, man, y'all already know, man. When you come into a pimp's domain, the first thing you need to do is wipe your feet off at the door. What I mean by that, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for a pimp one time. Yeah, wipe your feet off at the door, man. That's a funny question. DJ say, you gonna come with this game today or what? Yeah, man, you already know, man. That's a silly question, man. But you asked it, though, so a pimp got the answer. Hell motherfucking yeah. Definitely coming with the game, as always. Don't a pimp always come with the game, man? Yeah, it's gonna be some good game today too, man. Talking about how this hone is in full effect right now. Full motherfucking effect. Hone is in full effect. And to you young ladies that's watching right now, if you're not getting your motherfucking money, especially if you're a young, attractive female, if you're not getting your motherfucking money right now, you slacking. You slacking on your hoeing, you slacking on your womanhood, you slacking on whatever right now. Because attractive women is winning right now. Some winning more than others, and we're going to talk about why. We're going to talk about the reason why some women just ain't winning at all, why some women is doing all right, and then why other women is just killing it. Because you got some women that's killing it right now. I'm going to give y'all a few more minutes before we get into it, man. I'm going to put a little bit more love in my body. You did. Wipe your feet off at the door, man. Hit that like button. Jay Evans, what's up with it, man? Yeah, today is a good day to get it in, Joshua. That's real talk. Kate Dishog 901 said he paid the bouncers at the door with the You did? Yeah. Go ahead and do that one time, man. We're going to give it just a moment more, and we're going to get into it. Blessings, Khalil. I see you. Hustle Mania, Long Beach in the building. You already know. Tony Davis, as always, man. Good looking with that dub. You dig? Free Solo, as always. Good looking with the $5 holla. We're going to give it just a moment more, man, and we're going to get right into it. Jay Evans say Aisha Curry needs some pimping. You know what? I can't even argue with that, man, because I know what the fuck I would be doing with Aisha Curry, but you know that's a married woman. I ain't gonna disrespect that. But if I had a woman like that, you know, in my life, it's gonna be a different story, you dig? But hey, she winning regardless. She got Steph Curry in her life. All right, man. So we're gonna get right into it, man. As the title suggests, hoeing is in full effect, and it's really time for young ladies to wake their game up. More specifically, I'm talking about hoes. Period. Hoes in the game, not hoes like in the sense of the females on the cover on the thumbnail, Kim Kardashian and Black China. They doing a different kind of hoeing. I would call that more so like prostitution in a sense, but just for the sake of this topic, we're gonna call that high power hoeing, what they doing, right? But as you can see, if you pay attention, and that's the key thing, if you pay attention, if you're so inclined to pay attention, you'll see that it's a whole lot of females winning right now, and a lot of people can't pinpoint why. A lot of people can't put a finger on it and say, that's why this person is winning, or that's why that person is winning, so on and so forth. When it comes to Kim Kardashian, a lot of people will say they don't know why she's so successful, they don't know why she's so famous. Same thing with Amber Rose, same thing with Black China, and the list goes on. Those are just the more prominent examples in our face right now. But see, the thing is, one thing that all these females got in common, the ones that's doing their thing right now, and even hoes in the game, right? Hoes in the game, from the least successful to the most successful and all in between. They all know what they doing, right? They all monetizing their time one way or another, right? A hoe on Figueroa on the corner right now, she's monetizing her time. Kim Kardashian is monetizing her time. Black China is monetizing her time. Aisha Curry could be monetizing her time, especially with all this attention that she's getting right now, but I don't think Aisha Curry got the game. So she not gonna be monetizing her time right now. But it's a lot of women monetizing their time, from hoes on the corner to hoes on the internet, hoes on the carpet, to quote unquote influencers or Instagram models, whatever you want to call them. They all know what they're doing, and the what is monetizing their time. The what is basically getting money, right? They all get money on different levels, but there's a few different things that separate them as you go higher up the ladder, right? Like I said, the one thing they all got in common is the what they doing, right? Now, when it comes to the how, they all to a certain extent know how they doing what they doing, but as you can see, the better they know how to do what they doing, the more effective they are doing what they doing, right? Like a bitch on the corner, again, a bitch on the track on the corner, she to a certain extent knows how to do what she's doing, but even on the track, it's different bitches that have that how better down packed than others, right? And the ones who got the how better down packed than others are obviously going to be more effective, right? That's just like the thumbnail. I got Kim Kardashian and Black China on there, right? Kim Kardashian and Black China is pretty much doing the same thing in the sense of monetizing themselves, right? And that's the what. How they're doing it is similar, but Kim is a whole lot better at doing it than Black China. Some people might accredit it to looks. It's a whole lot more to it than just looks. It's a whole lot more to it. It's a whole lot of game involved, right? So when it comes to just the how, Kim got a whole lot more game than Black China does. Mr. Avaricious one. Once again, good looking. Thanks for the game. Most appreciated. I appreciate you for your support as well. But like I say, when it comes to the how they do what they do, Kim Kardashian her how is a lot more on point than Black China's how. And see, like I said, I'm about to tell you why. I'm about to break it down why, right? And speaking of why, that's the main reason Kim Kardashian's how is so much more on point than Black China's how, is because of her why, her purpose. See, when you got your purpose in mind, when you got your cause in mind, and depending on what your cause or your purpose or your why, whatever you want to call it, depending on what it is, it's going to drive you a whole lot harder than the average individual. See, if you pay attention to Kim, right, and a lot of people don't like Kim. A lot of people don't like Kim Kardashian for whatever reason, right? The bottom line of it, I think, is I think people are just jealous of Kim. That's just the bottom line. People are jealous of Kim, and then you got certain individuals that's like, you might have certain bitches that's like, well, shit, I'm attractive too. How come I can't do what Kim is doing? You know? Or it's other people that's just as attractive or more attractive than Kim. How come they can't do what she's doing, right? Or it's other people more talented than Kim. It's other people that's, whatever you want to call it. Like, people may think that one way or another somebody else got something up on Kim and they should be further ahead than her. But it's a reason why Kim is ahead of everybody right now in that lane. That socialite, influencer, whatever you want to call that shit. It's specific reasons why she's ahead of everybody else. See, if you pay attention to Kim from the beginning, she got famous off a sex tape, right? She was already kind of known because of who her father is, and then, you know, she was friends with Paris Hilton. So she had a little bit of fame already. Like, some people kind of already knew who she was. But she became extremely famous off that sex tape, right, with Ray J. Now, it's other people that have put out sex tapes. How come they haven't capitalized on it the way Kim has? There's a reason, like I said, her why. Kim's why, her purpose is so different from everybody else's. And what she does, everything that she does communicates why she's doing it. And the main thing that is communicating, the why that's being communicated, is that she's about her people. Kim Kardashian is about putting people on. See, if you pay attention, right, she got all that notoriety, she got all that attention off that sex tape. Next thing you know, she got a reality show. Now, I'm pretty sure that when they approached her about the reality show, because didn't nobody know about her family like that. You know, people know who Bruce Jenner is, of course. You know, Olympian and all that. Kris Jenner, she's associated with famous people, but she wasn't necessarily famous herself at the time. She was married to Rob Kardashian, married to Bruce Jenner, but Kris Jenner herself wasn't necessarily like famous like that. But so I'm pretty sure that when they got at Kim about this reality show, it was to work with, right? She's a hot commodity right now. And I'm already knowing that the discussion about that reality show was somewhere along the lines of, well, if I'm going to do this, it's going to have to be about my whole family. I want to put my whole family on. And that's what she did. The show wasn't called Keeping Up with Kim. It wasn't called Keeping Up with Kim Kardashian. It was called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Plural. The whole family. And she had the whole family on there. All her sisters, her brother, Bruce, her mom. She put the whole family on. And she made everybody famous that way. Magic Chris. Good looking with the $2, you dig? But she put everybody on. You dig? Now, just look at it on that level, right? Like, when it come to Black China, she didn't necessarily get famous off a sex tape. She pretty much got famous because she was Tyga's baby mama. That's initially, at least for me. You know, when I first started hearing about Black China, it was through her fucking with Tiger. You did. So, but the difference is Blac Chyna's why. We don't know why Blac Chyna do what she do. We don't know her purpose. We don't know her cause. We don't know what she's about. We know what Kim is about, though. We know Kim's purpose. We know her cause. Kim is about putting her people on. And then even further than that, she's just about putting people on, period. She's about putting people in good positions. She's about positioning people to elevate their life. So, like I said, when it comes to Blac Chyna, right, she ends up tied in with the Kardashians, and through that she ends up with a reality show. But who does she put on? You know, when it comes to Kim and her family, the Kardashians and the Jenners, everybody, see, Kim got game, and her mama Chris got game, right? They got game, and they use that platform to monetize the whole family. Within a short time frame, everybody in that family was multimillionaires, and it all started with that show. The family already had money to begin with, but they went from being just, straight, maybe, kind of like moderate wealth to, wealthy beyond wealthy. She monetized the whole family. She put everybody in position to eat. You know what I mean? Like A said on Paid in Full, everybody eats, B. Everybody eats. That's Kim. Kim's mentality is everybody eats. But Blac Chyna mentality ain't everybody eats. Like I said, she had a reality show of her own. I don't know if it's still on the air or not. I don't think it is. But who did she put on? I don't know if she got siblings. I would imagine so. I know she had I didn't really watch her show like that, but I know she had her mama on there. But when the times that I seen her on there with her mama, she was being disrespectful with her mama. Her and her mama was getting into it. See, that's the thing about the Kardashians, right? And no family is perfect. And within imperfections in a family, people gonna be off track with each other sometimes. But you never see the Kardashians having like a public fallout. You know what I mean? You don't never see any of them just like publicly disrespecting each other, publicly having a fallout. Now I imagine, because I don't know all the details about what's been put out there to the public versus what hasn't. But I would imagine at sometimes, they might have a little quarrel that gets made public, but you don't see them just disrespecting each other in the public eye. And they, at least from what I've seen. And even if it does happen, it's the volume of it is so low because the volume of their success is so high. The volume of their notoriety and what they about and what they got going on is so high that any type of little quarrels or misunderstandings or whatever, the volume of that shit ain't gonna even be noticed. But Blac Chyna, on the other hand, put it like this: when you think of Blac Chyna's relationship with her mama, you think about disrespect. You think about them not getting along. You think about them blasting each other and all that type of shit. When you think about any relationship within the Kardashian family, you don't think about that. You think about them putting each other on. You think about them getting their money. That's what you think about when you think about the Kardashian family. Blac Chyna, drama, disrespect, no money. I remember her mama went live on IG one time and she was talking about, I think she had like $10 to her name or some shit like that. She was on some like, I got $10 to my name right now. And I believe this is while Blac Chyna was with Rob. This is why they were still in the relationship. So, like I said, when it comes to Kim, her purpose is clear. And her purpose is communicated through everything that she does. Whatever Kim got going on, you can say what you want about her, but you can't call her selfish. You can't call her shiesty. You don't hear about Kim doing her family dirty or no shit like that. All you see is her putting her family on. You know, if she'd have never done that sex tape, who's to say how her future would have played out? If she didn't get that opportunity, that notoriety, she was hot at the time, and she used it to monetize herself on a crazy level. And it went from that to her little sister, 21 years old, a fucking billionaire. Her little 21-year-old sister is a damn billionaire right now. But it all, you know, and props to Kylie, because I'm sure she had to put in some type of work in order to make that happen. A lot of people be trying to discredit her, you know, when she made a statement not too long ago saying that she was a self-made billionaire, and everybody want to discredit her, talk about, nah, well, you know, you was born into wealth and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, that may be true, but she wasn't born into being a billionaire. She's the first billionaire in that family. You know, so yeah, that's true that she was born into wealth, but you don't just become a billionaire by being born into a wealthy family. You got to put some work in, and you got to make calculated moves. Ellenwood Slim say Kim's lawyers did, not Kim K. I don't know what you're talking about as far as, you know, putting the family on or whatever the case may be, but Kim is the mastermind behind all that shit. See, certain people may give Kim game on what to do, and they may give her game on how to do it. But without the why, without the purpose, it's not going to get that far. It's not going to get where she took it to. So you still got to give Kim her credit. A lot of people got game on what to do. A lot of people got game on how to do it. But not everybody has that vision. Not everybody has that purpose. Kim had a vision of her whole family just being owned. Everybody don't have that. Them lawyers that you're talking about, they didn't have that. Kim had that. So yeah, her lawyers might have gave her game on what to do and how to do it, but Kim had the vision though. And without the vision, you're not gonna get nowhere. She had the vision in mind, and she knew what her purpose was. And that's why her family is home. It ain't because of what somebody else did or what somebody pulled her coattail to. You don't hear about them people. You hear about Kim. Kim is the face of all that shit. You take Kim out the situation, Kylie ain't no billionaire. The family ain't no multi-millionaires. They just cool. You know, they got some cool money and they doing all right, but they not super wealthy like how they are right now. If you extract Kim from that equation. Kim matters. You know, Kim matters like a motherfucker. And then she get with Kanye, and money just keep on going. You know, she was doing cool. Ray Gunn, as always, good looking with the $5 holler. They always cool. I mean, they was already cool before they got with each other, but if you pay attention to Kim's wealth before Kanye and after Kanye, since Kanye, it ain't done nothing but multiply. You dig? So, but like I say, back to Black China, she don't have that purpose. See, I'm pretty sure that Black China got some lawyers giving her game on what to do too. You know? Why Black China ain't doing it like Kim though? Amber Rose, I'm pretty sure she got some lawyers giving her game on what to do and how to do it as well. But why ain't Amber Rose is just as attractive. Some people might argue that Amber Rose look better than Kim. She's more of a sex symbol, some people might say. Uh, that's subjective in my opinion, but you know, some people might say that. But and I'm pretty sure that Amber Rose got lawyers and people like that in her ear, giving her game on what to do and how to do it. But how come they not doing it like Kim is doing it though? They don't have a vision and they don't have a purpose. Again, Amber Rose, I would say her purpose is a little more clear than Blac Chyna's, but it's not on Kim's level though. See, Amber Rose, she's about, you know, you could tell that her purpose is somewhat about empowering women and encouraging women to, you know, be confident and you know, do their thing. Amber Rose is about empowering women. So that, you know, that's cool. She do the little slut walk and everything like that. That's cool. But she not on the level of no Kim though. You know, and Blac Chyna ain't even on the level of an Amber Rose. Blac Chyna be having financial troubles. She getting sued by landlords and all that other type of shit. You know, you ain't gonna never hear about Kim getting sued by nobody for not paying. Never. Even before Kim got to the level where she is now. She's just too responsible for that. And she's too serious about success for that. You know, and see, Blac Chyna, again, like I said, she just, her purpose ain't there. She just floating around and doing what she do. And, you know, when it come to Blac Chyna, like for instance, she was with Rob. And she could still be with Rob if she had game. See, if Blac Chyna was smart, she would have used Rob to cut into Kim and then become real good friends with Kim. Kim is the auntie of her child. Why didn't you get in there? You was in there good with Rob already. But now you done made it because you such a ratchet ass, dusty ass bitch who just was in the right place at the right time and didn't have game and didn't have vision to capitalize on the situation. You fucked it off and you made it where nobody in the family even likes you. Blac Chyna should have been on her best behavior when she was in that family. And like I said, she should have been, especially after she found out she was pregnant and having this baby, she should have been trying to cut into Kim as much as possible and soaking up game from Kim. She should have made Kim her best friend. She had the opportunity to. And on the real, she still has the opportunity to. But she just, Blac Chyna is just, she's still a project bitch mentally. She might not be a project bitch in the sense of finances and notoriety, but mentally, in terms of maturity and all of that, Blac Chyna's still a bitch in the projects, eating top ramen and fried bologna. She just, you know, she fucked the right nigga, which was Tiger, and it just, you know, progressed from there. And like I said, she probably got certain people that's in her ear giving her certain moves to do to a certain extent. But like I said, she don't have that purpose. See, if she had that purpose, if Blac Chyna's mindset was like, you know what, I'm finna put my people on. I'm gonna put myself on, of course, and then I'm gonna put my people on. I'm gonna put my mama on. I'm gonna put, you know, other family members that might be on board, you know, I'm gonna put them on, or my loved ones, whatever. I'm gonna put my loved ones on. If Blac Chyna had this mindset, I'm gonna put my loved ones on, she'd have been in there cutting in with Kim. Blac Chyna supposed to be doing it way bigger than what she's doing it right now. But she's just a regular dusty ass project bitch that was in the right place at the right time, sucked the right dick at the right time. You dig? It ain't nothing special to her though. It's not nothing special to her. And, you know, to a certain extent, she's probably gonna be all right always because her child is a Kardashian. But the bitch just stupid. She she do certain good moves, and I'm already knowing that certain people putting it in her mind. But like I'm saying, the whole purpose of this video, right? Like I said, Hohen is in full effect. See, Kim got so much game. Kim is about intensifying her power as every opportunity that she get. Kim is intensifying her power. This bitch get paid $1 million to post something on Instagram. Motherfuckers are paying Kim Kardashian $1 million to post something on Instagram. And I know it's true because a few years ago, of course, her influence and power has done nothing but grow since we knew about her. But a few years ago, she was getting paid between $300,000 and $500,000 to make one post on Instagram, and this is a few years ago. So that's why I definitely believe that it's true that Kim Kardashian right now is getting $1 million to make one damn post on Instagram. If an advertiser wants her to post some shit and endorse their shit, $1 million for one post. If they want another post, it's gonna be another $1 million. It ain't like you give her $1 million and you get 5 posts. No, one post, $1 million, and it's worth it, and it's smart because the bitch got over 130 million people following her ass. Now the other people like Taylor Swift, I know her followers is up there. The Rock, the other Kardashians and Jenners, I think all of them is over 100. Well, all the sisters anyway. I think they all over 100 million. I believe Beyonce and Nicki Minaj are over 100 million. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they monetizing themselves in the same way, but I know Kim is for sure. You want Kim to post your shit? $1 million. You know? And Black China, as ratchet as she is and foolish and unwise as she is, she still got some game. And like I said, it's probably due to certain people being in her ear about certain shit. But I'm pretty sure y'all heard about the youngster that got killed. I believe it was last night. Hella bands. You know, rest in peace to that young man. But not too long ago, it was being put out there that he paid her $50,000 to be his girlfriend for a certain time frame. If that ain't high power hoeing, I don't know what is. This bitch is charging motherfuckers $50,000 to be their girlfriend. I think it's for like a month or some weeks or some shit like that. I can't remember the time frame. But for a certain time frame, you could pay Black China to be your girlfriend, and within that time frame, she gonna do something with you on social media that's gonna go viral and boost your status up on social media. You know, that's some game, and that's some high power hoeing. You dig? So it's so many ways to get money right now for a hoe. Like if you are a bitch and you attractive and you broke, you just ain't got no game. You are missing out like a motherfucker. I don't know how you could be an attractive female in 2019 and you broke, you struggling, you can't pay your bills and all that type of shit. You did? You need some game. And of course, you know, the greatest source of game is this pimping. You did? And when it comes to the pimping, right, I just got to keep it all the way real. A lot of motherfuckers that call themselves pimps right now, they really tricks in disguise. They not really the pimping. I say a good 90% 90% at least of motherfuckers that say that they some pimping are tricks in disguise. And bitches just ain't inclined. They just don't have the game to recognize them for what they are and then capitalize on it, right? See, if bitches had some game about themselves, they will capitalize on these opportunities to break everybody. From the motherfuckers that boldly own they tricking to the motherfuckers that disguise they tricking as some pimping and everybody in between. If bitches had some game about themselves, it's sad because I see so many bitches that just like be broke and fucked up and struggling and don't have shit, and you got all these motherfuckers in your face that if you just wake up and apply game, you'll be having your way. Put some love in my body one time real quick, man. If you have not already, go ahead and wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. What I mean by that, man, is go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for a pimp one time. I love this shit. That's a high percentage, G, depending on life support. Big Drew. I ain't gonna say that it's on life support because the few pimping, see, this is the thing, right, when it comes to the pimping. Like I say, a good 10%, a good 90% of the motherfuckers that say that they some pimping are tricks in disguise, right? And within that 10% is probably a good 5% that don't even know what they doing or why they in the game or nothing. They just lingering in the game, right? And then that other 5% is really the pimping, right? And see, this is the fucked up thing about a lot of motherfuckers that's really some pimping. If you in the game and you active and you rubbing elbows with pimps on a regular basis around this game, you know that it's a lot of real pimps that's fucked up right now, right? And see, I really just been analyzing shit and really doing my best to look at things through the right perspective. And the conclusion that I come up with is that a lot of motherfuckers don't really know their purpose. A lot of motherfuckers ain't got a strong purpose, a strong why. Because see, when you got a strong purpose behind your pimping, you're going to be able to transition through the changes in the game, right? And see, within the past, especially the past 5-6 years, right? It been some cold changes in the game. It have been some cold changes in the game. And only very few, a very small percentage of pimps have been able to weather the storm through these changes, right? And that small percentage of pimps that have been able to weather the storm through these changes is because they know their purpose in the game. But you have a lot of motherfuckers that they just been in the game for so long and they had a long time where they was being successful because things were a certain way. Just gotta say it, the game was a lot easier back in the days than it is now. It was a lot easier to get deep. It was a lot easier to pimp and not have no problems and not have bitches snitching on you. It was a lot easier for your hoes to get money, a lot of money. You know, the game was just a lot easier than it is right now. And a lot of cats didn't make that curve. You A lot of cats fell down trying to get past that curve. And they still active, but they barely hanging on. And a big part of the reason why they not able to drive and get through it like they should, it's not because of what they doing necessarily. Some of them might be doing the right things. And it's not even necessarily how they doing it. It's why they doing it. See, when your why is strong, you're going to figure out the how and you're going to figure out the what. And your how and your what is going to be on point when your why is strong. A lot of motherfuckers' why is weak. A lot of motherfuckers won't even sit down and take the time to understand why they in the game and then develop that why, strengthen that why, make it strong as a motherfucker so that you understand your purpose and you able to communicate that to hoes. And within communicating that to hoes understand their purpose, why they in the game. See, that's why there's so many bitches in the game. I've never seen so many broke bitches in the game like it is right now. And see, that's what a lot of motherfuckers don't understand. See, times is just crazy right now, man. People see pimps fucked up and they laugh at pimping while the pimping is down. Motherfuckers want to look down on the pimping because he fucked up. All type of crazy shit, right? But see, a pimpless hoe look just as bad as a holeless pimp. At least. If you ask Freeze, a pimpless hoe look worse than a holeless pimp. See, a holeless pimp, you can pinpoint why he fucked up. Oh, he doing bad because he ain't got a hoe right now. But a pimpless hoe, why is she doing bad? Of course, we know that hoes do a lot better when they fucking with some pimping, but a pimpless hoe, like, why is she just all the way fucked up? You got bitches going to homeless shelters. You got bitches can't pay their room rent. You got bitches can't pay their phone bill. Bitches losing everything. Bitch might have hold up for an apartment and lost that. Bitch might have hold up for a car and lost that. That's common as a motherfucker in the game. It's way too common right now. Why is it so common? Because just like with the pimping, a lot of these bitches don't even know why they in the game. See, a lot of people think that the reason why they're in the game is for some money. That's not a why. That's just a result of being in the game. That's not a purpose, though. Money is not a purpose. Money is just a result of doing what you do. And for motherfuckers that think that money is their purpose, you lost. You confused. You disoriented. And the funny thing about it is most motherfuckers that think money is their purpose ain't got no damn money. Not no real money. You know? It's the motherfuckers that know why they in the game that got the most money. And beyond money, they got success. See, success is not something that you can success is not something that you can calculate. It's not something that you can measure. You know, there's no units of success. You know, like how you got units of like inches or meters or ounces or pounds. You know, you can't do that with success. With money you can, but it's a lot of motherfuckers with some cool money right now that still don't feel successful. You got millionaires. See, if you do your research, when they come to millionaires, you have a lot of millionaires who, of course, financially they cool, but if you ask a lot of them if they feel successful, a lot of them gonna tell you no. A high percentage of millionaires gonna tell you that they don't feel successful right now. So that makes it obvious that success can't be measured like money can or material things can. You can't measure success. Success is a feeling. Success is how you feel. And it's ultimately happiness. You know, when you happy with what you got going on, that's how you know you successful. You got motherfuckers working a regular 9 to 5, and they got a cool career going on. They might work at Boeing or Coca-Cola or some shit like that. But their bills is paid, they're not struggling, their house is paid for, they got their mortgage on point, they got toys, you know what I mean? They might have a boat or a motorcycle or some shit like that. And they might not be a millionaire, they might not have as much money as some people, but they happy. Their kids, is taken care of, they got kids going to college and shit like that. They made sure that their kids did good through school. And their kids ain't struggling. And that type of person is happy than the motherfucker. I know people like that in my family right now. I ain't got no millionaires in my family, but I got a lot of successful people in my family. Just happy with the way their life is going right now. Because they handling their business, they accomplishing what they want to accomplish, and their loved ones are straight, so they successful. So, like I say, when it comes to money and having a certain amount of it, you can't parallel that with success, right? But nonetheless, when you got your purpose in mind, when you know why you in the game, the money is gonna come. When you know for sure why you in the game, you know exactly why you in the game. Your purpose for being in the game might be to help your family out, or help your loved ones, elevate your loved ones in some kind of way. You might have kids that's small right now, and your purpose for being in the game is to make sure that your kids are straight by the time they grown. They got trust funds or, money for college or whatever the case may be. Or, you want to keep them in private school throughout their whole growing up. That might be a part of your purpose for being in the game. But when you know why you're in the game, that's going to motivate you. See, like I said before, a satisfied need no longer motivates. And motherfuckers who ain't got no purpose are easily satisfied. So when you easily satisfied, you're not motivated at all. If all you care about is paying for your room by 11 o'clock, having an eighth of weed, having some a line or two to get you through the day, having some pills or whatever the case may be, if that's all you care about, you're not really going to be motivated past that. Once you have that, once you got your room paid for, you got your weed, your coke or whatever, once you have that, why keep going? You ain't got nothing to keep you going. You ain't got no fuel. You ain't got no motivation. But when your motivation is, like I said, making sure your kids are straight, providing a stable home for your kids. Just using this as an example. You ain't gonna just be able to kick it after you pay for your room. You ain't gonna be able to kick it after you get that weed. You got to keep going. You got to go hard because you got shit that you're trying to attain. You got goals that you need to accomplish. You're not satisfied. And with that lack of satisfaction comes that motivation. Right? So like I say, once motherfuckers in the game start understanding why they're in the game, that's when the how and the what is going to be more effective, and it's going to take you to a higher level. And a big part of hoes understanding why they're in the game is the pimping understanding why they're in the game. See, a problem with a lot of motherfuckers that call themselves some pimping is they talk one way and walk another. They talk this way and they walk that way. That's the majority of motherfuckers in the game. And see, like I said, that lack of purpose, right? And this is why a lot of pimps is fucked up. See, when you have a purpose, your purpose is communicated in what you do, right? When you passionate about why you're in the game, it's gonna be communicated in everything that you do. So you ain't gonna have to run your mouth a lot when your actions are speaking for you. And see, a lot of motherfuckers in the game run their mouth and they telling bitches what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. Ah, bitch, you over there renegade, you need to be fucking with some pimping. Ah, bitch, you over there doing drugs, you need to get sober and fuck with some pimping. Ah, bitch, you doing woo, 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 woo. They saying all of this, but what they're doing isn't in line with what they saying. Like I said, they walking this way and they talking that way. You know, you telling bitches to stop doing cocaine and stop doing pills, but you sipping lean all the time. You an alcoholic. So why should a bitch listen to you when you got habits your damn self? You know, you telling a bitch that she shouldn't renegade, but you're encouraging her renegade behavior. See, social media is just a platform, right? And the advent of social media has made it so everybody, even renegades, have a certain extent of power, right? But you give them more power when you're supposed to be some pimping, and you know the way it's supposed to be is that the pimping ain't supposed to just be all in the renegade's face and laughing and kikiing and, you know, joking and talking, asking the renegade how her day was and liking on every post and all in the bitch DM. You know what I mean? She ain't got to do nothing to earn your attention. You just constantly feeding it to her. And you telling the bitch that she shouldn't be a renegade, but your actions aren't in line with what you're saying, though. You know, your behavior, what you're doing, should communicate that to a bitch. It should make a bitch feel like, damn, why the fuck am I renegade? That's the best way to tell a bitch that she shouldn't be renegading, is by the way that you conduct your pimping. But again, why should a bitch listen to you about not being a renegade when you constantly in her DM? You following her. You shouldn't even be following this bitch as some pimping. You like on every post, you comment on every post. Why should she fuck with you? It don't make no sense. And that's, like I said, that's a problem with the pimping. You telling a bitch that she shouldn't do this, but your behavior goes against what you're saying. You walking this way and you talking that way. It don't make no damn sense. And this is 90% of motherfuckers that say that they some pimping right now. That's why I say 90% of motherfuckers that say that they some pimping right now is really tricks in disguise. See, that's the nature of a trick. Trick can't help itself. Trick gotta feed a bitch compliments all the time. Trick can't stay out of bitches' DM. Trick can't stay off of bitches' posts. Trick can't unfollow that bitch. He wanna fuck too bad. No matter what he call himself, when you walking like this, you can be talking like this. But when you walking like this, that's what you are. I don't give a fuck how you talking. I don't give a fuck what's coming out your mouth. The way you walk, what you're doing, your behavior. That's the best communication to a bitch. Not what you say. And see, motherfuckers get caught up in that. You know, because pimps, you know, a lot of us do got mouthpieces. A lot of us are slick at the tongue. Motherfuckers be so caught up in being slick at the tongue, they forget all about being slick in their behavior, being slick with the actions, so to speak. You know, I don't really like that word slick, you know, but for the sake of the conversation, we just using that word right now, you know, but motherfuckers be so busy trying to talk a certain way, trying to sound good. They done lost sight of the fact that once upon a time, the pimping sound good. That's just to get a bitch's attention. But you sustain a bitch's attention by being good. The conversation might get her attention, but you hold the attention by pimping accordingly, by the way that you walk, by what you're doing. And see, once the majority of pimps get good at that, if there ever comes a time where 90% of motherfuckers that say that they some pimping are behaving like pimps, then bitches is gonna be coming to pimping in droves. See, like I said before, when I was live on IG the other day, man, it's a whole lot of shit that look better to the bitch than your pimping right now. The trick look better. See, the trick's why, even though the trick's why might be simple, the trick's why is much better communicated to the bitch than the pimping's why. See, the pimping is talking like he want to do some pimping. He talking like he want to, you know, get this bitch some game on how to hoe and have her break herself to him and all of that. But a lot of these motherfuckers is tricks in disguise. A lot of these motherfuckers really just want to fuck the bitch. And they have it in their mind that, oh, if you a pimp, you ain't got to pay the bitch to fuck her. The bitch will pay you. But, you know, all I really want to do is fuck. But I ain't trying to pay the bitch, you know. I'm a black man. You know, we don't do that. That's how a lot of niggas think. So let me come off as a pimp. Let me put my pimp hat on when I'm around this bitch. And, yeah, you know, that way I won't have to pay for the pussy. And these bitches are falling for it. See, and that's why a lot of bitches ain't, you know, they not hoeing to the magnitude that they supposed to be hoeing right now. Bitches don't even understand how much money they not getting. And a big part of it is because, like I say all the time, I don't give a fuck what a bitch say. She gonna go for some kind of companionship at some point in time. Nobody in this world is meant to be alone all the time. Nobody in this world is meant to be by themselves. People are social by nature. Some people don't like to be social, but that's not right. You know, that's against the grain of nature. Naturally, we are social beings. We supposed to have relationships, this kind, that kind, and the third. So, you know, a woman, she's supposed to have a man. She's supposed to want a man. And I don't give a fuck. You got all these bitches on social media talking about they don't need no man, they don't want no man, this, that, and the third. That's bullshit. Because at some point in time, you're going to get with somebody. And you got a lot of bitches that say that they want some pimping in their life, but the fucked up thing is a lot of these dudes, they try to have the conversation of pimping, but they have the behavior and the nature of boyfriend. Bitches really be thinking that they saying some hoish shit, talking about his down bitch. If you go look at bitches' Instagrams right now, I know some of them bitches is in here probably watching right now. You know what I mean? If you in here watching right now and you one of them bitches on Instagram talking about property of such and such to P, XYZ's down bitch and all that. If you got anything to that effect, I know that you are a part of a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. I know it. You know what I mean? It's just certain shit. Like I say, apple trees come from apple seeds. You know what I mean? it just makes sense. And that's the apple tree that's coming from an apple seed. That all that property of, or his down bitch, or such and such for the record. When you got that all on your timeline or in your bio on your social media or whatever the case may be, I already know what it is. And see, like I said, the bottom line of it is that them type of individuals are really tricks. And when motherfuckers start pimping more, when it becomes a higher percentage of pimps, bitches will start to recognize the difference. Bitches will start to recognize, like, damn, this motherfucker ain't no pimp. Again, see, that's a problem. Like, with motherfuckers that's really some pimping, right? That's another thing that pimps got bad. I'm talking about motherfuckers that's really some pimping, right? Sincerely, honestly, some pimping. They'll tell a bitch, oh, bitch, you over there fucking with that boyfriend ass nigga, you need to get with some pimping. Woo, woo, woo. But you're not walking in such a way that communicates to the bitch. You talking in that way, but you're not walking in such a way that communicates to the bitch, this is pimping and that's not. This is pimping, that's not. As far as the bitch can see, there's no difference really between you and him, except she in love with him and you just some nigga. But she, so in her eyes, this guy is better than you. Like, you're not really conducting yourself in such a way that's like obvious to the bitch. Like, damn, that motherfucker is some pimping for real. You just saying some shit to sound good, but again, you walking this way, you talking that way. And when it becomes a thing, like I say, where even that small percentage of pimping, there's really some pimping, that 5%, when it becomes a thing where that 5% gets really in tune with why they in the game, then you can start communicating better. See, when you thinking about money, when you think that money is your purpose, you're going to miss the bitch. You're going to talk past the bitch. You're going to talk over and around the bitch. But when you know how to penetrate that bitch, and that's going to come from having your purpose. When you do have your purpose firmly embedded in your mind, this is why I'm in the game, you're going to stop so much talking for the money and you're going to get into talking for that bitch. And once you penetrate her hoeing with your pimping, the money is going to come. The money, that's a given. You got to get the bitch first, though. And what you don't understand, especially right now, you going to lose every bitch damn near talking about some money right now. Because it's obvious bitches don't care about money. But a big part of the reason why bitches don't care about money is because they don't know why they in the game. You got to get to a point where you can communicate to a bitch why you in the game and help her figure out why she's in the game. Give her some ideas as to why she's supposed to be in the game. Bitch, you supposed to be in the game for this, that, and the third. And if you was in the game for this, that, and the third, then you would know how to do this, and you would be doing this, and we could be living like that. You could be making this move, that move, so on and so forth. That's all gonna start with why. But when you don't know why you in the game, when you think that you in the game just for some money, you're gonna be having money talk with a bitch, and you're gonna miss a bitch every time. See, you gotta communicate with a bitch with your pimping. A trick could talk money talk with a bitch. A rapper could talk money talk with a bitch. And that's why these bitches are so caught up in situations. Bitches is really lost right now, man. Bitches is lost because motherfuckers that's supposed to be some pimping is lost. When you don't have a purpose, you just float. See, that purpose is your anchor. It's your pivot foot. You know what I mean? Like basketball, you got a pivot foot. You can pivot this way, you can pivot that way, But this pivot foot right here, that's your purpose. And as long as you don't get too far away from that, you're gonna be able to make moves. You're gonna be able to do what you need to do. But when you ain't got no pivot foot and you traveling, you know what I mean? You just traveling around and you making violations to the game that you ain't even paying attention to. And you don't understand because you ain't got that pivot foot. You don't even know what you're doing on the court. You just own that motherfucker. Because you heard motherfuckers is making baskets over here. You know? But you ain't got no understanding of the game because you ain't got no purpose. You ain't got that pivot foot, man. But like I say, bitches just ain't got that pivot and they don't know why they in the game. And because they don't know why they in the game, the only thing they could be in the game is lost. And when you get at bitches like that, like I said, if you talking about money, you pretty much putting yourself in the same category with every other type of dude. You know, the pimping, the communication from the pimping to the hoeing is supposed to be like nothing the bitch has ever experienced ever in her life. That's how your communication is supposed to be. Because you want to reach the bitch in an area where nobody else can reach her. This is what the pimping do. You want to reach the bitch in an area where nobody can reach her. The trick, the rapper, the athlete, the entertainer, they can't reach the bitch where the pimping can. The pimping is like that King Arthur to that Excalibur. You know, the rapper come trying to pull Excalibur out the stone. The motherfucking trick, he come trying to pull it out. You know, they could touch on Excalibur all they want, but they can't take Excalibur nowhere because they ain't got that motherfucking magic touch like King Arthur do. You did? King Arthur just come along like, bitch, you know what I mean? It's my hoe. You know, we going over here. I mean, we finna go do this. That's the pimping. The pimping touches hoes in areas where nobody else can touch that bitch. And that's how you get the best out of a bitch. See, talking about money, you might get certain bitches here and there, but the bitch is really choosing the situation. She not choosing your pimping. Because money is just a situation, right? And if you talk money to the bitch, certain bitches will go off of that. But they really just choosing your situation. And when that situation change or her feelings about that situation changes, you no longer have the bitch. But when you reach that bitch with some pimping, you gonna touch the bitch in an area where nobody else can touch that bitch. And that's gonna come from your why, when you know why, exactly why you in the game. See, I already know most motherfuckers, if you ask them why they in the game, they gonna say some goofball shit. It's sad. The majority of motherfuckers, if you ask them right now, man, why are you pimping? Why are you in the game? They gonna say either some goofball shit or they gonna say some shit that was really profound, but they heard somebody else say and they just took that and borrowed it, but they don't have the same purpose and meaning behind what they saying. They just heard somebody else say that shit. They heard a real pimp say it, and they chose up on it. It sounded slick. Either they gonna say something like that that's really somebody else's shit, or if they using their own mind, they gonna say some goofball shit. The majority of motherfuckers that call themselves some pimping right now, they don't even know why they in the game. They just in the shit because it look good, and they know you know pimps supposed to get money. And, you know, pimps be having multiple bitches. So, you know, that's why most motherfuckers think they in the game. But really, they don't even know why. Because like I said, money is just something that this is a result of being in the game, but it's not a purpose. It's not your cause. It's not why you in the game. Right? So, hold on, let me put some love in my body one more time, man. If you have not already, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, wipe your feet off at the door when you come into a pimp's domain, man. So yeah, man, the bottom line of what I'm saying is that high power hoeing is in full effect. It's a lot of money that's being left on the table that's there for the taking. Motherfuckers just don't know how to take it. First of all, they don't even know what's on the table. And if you don't know what's on the table, you can't know how to get it. You ain't gonna know how to get it if you don't know why you want it in the first place. See, a lot of motherfuckers don't know why they want it. So because they don't know why they want it, they don't know how to get it, and they don't even know how to get it because they don't know what's there. They blind. For instance, bitches dealing with tricks. The majority of bitches that's dealing with tricks. Whether it's on the carpet, the track, the internet, the strip club, the service, whatever the case may be, right? Most of these bitches don't know what a trick really got. They don't even know what's really available to them from these tricks. And if you don't know what's there, like if you think that this trick only has $50 for you, but he really got $5,000 for you, you don't know that $5,000 is there. You only believe 50 is there. The 5,000 is what's there. What? Pay attention. 5,000 is what's there. If you don't know what's there, how you gonna get it? Where's the how without the what? Right? Where's the how without the what? You know what I mean? And then if you don't know how, you definitely don't know why. See, it all starts with the why. When a bitch know why she doing what she doing, first of all, that's gonna be largely in part due to her fucking with some pimping. When a bitch fucking with some pimping, the pimping is gonna have her in tune with why she's in the game. And when she understand clearly, to put her hands on why she's in the game, then she gonna know what to do and how to do it. Like I said, the what is gonna communicate why you in the game. When the bitch know why she in the game, she gonna know what to do and how to do it. She gonna know how to get down to the bottom line with this trick. While this other bitch over here that don't know what, why, how, none of that shit, while she is over here confused and think this trick only got $50, the bitch who know why she in the game, the bitch that know her purpose, oh, she gonna figure out exactly what this trick got. She gonna figure out that he got 5,000 right here, and he got another couple thousand over there, and he got this shit over here, you know what I mean? And he got some more money over here, and I'm finna get all that shit. You know? And once a bitch understand what's what, then she figures out how, because she got the why. She knows her purpose in the game. So now she know how she gonna do everything. You know what I mean? And she fucking with some pimping. The pimping is gonna give her instructions on how. Pimping know why he in the game. Bitch know why she in the game. The bitch is gonna communicate to the pimping. Okay, he got this over here. He got that, this, that, third. Woo, woo. Okay, pimping gonna quarterback the situation. Bitch, this how we gonna get to it. You did? And sometimes the bitch might even be able to come up with how to do it on her own. See, when a bitch understand why she's in the game and, you know, got that vision that's being, you know, that's in harmony with the pimp's vision, she gonna be able to figure out a lot of how on her own. You did? The problem comes into play when bitches get away from the pimping. A lot of times when bitches get away from pimping, they forget why they in the game. Or they lose why they in the game. When a bitch understand why she in the game and she fucking with some pimping, see, that's where a lot of people get confused. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in the game, right? Now, game is crucial. And game is definitely vital. But game alone is not going to ensure success. Because like I said, the game is how. How you do things, that's the game. And what to do. You know what I mean? It's game and that. What to do and how to do it, that's game. But it's a lot of motherfuckers that know what to do and how to do it that's not successful. It's a lot of motherfuckers that know what to do and how to do it that's broke right now. And like I said, that's one of the biggest misconceptions in the game that, you know, oh, as long as you got some game, as long as you got the information, you know what I mean, you're going to win. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. That's one of the biggest misconceptions in the game. It's not to discredit game. It's not to minimize the importance of game. But game alone is not going to get you there. You got to know why you want this game in the first place. Why you need this game. Why do you even need this game? What you going to do with this game? Do you even know why? You know what I mean? It's like certain motherfuckers, you can ask them, like, they might say they want $1 million. But then if you ask them, motherfucker, why you want $1 million? What the fuck you gonna do with $1 million? If you had $1 million right now, what you gonna do with it? Most motherfuckers, especially motherfuckers that ain't never had nothing close to that, and they don't know why they in the game or why they, you know, what their purpose is, they ain't got a cause or a purpose or a why. Most motherfuckers they ain't gonna even know what they want to do with that $1 million. It just sound good, and it would be nice to have, but without that purpose, you gonna if you was to get that $1 million, you gonna lose that shit right away. You know what I mean? It's just like back in the days, it was this dude, right? It was this old white man. He had hit the lotto. I forget exactly how much money he had, but he had some hundreds of millions. And some of y'all probably know who I'm talking about. It was this old white man that had hundreds of millions of dollars. And he got it through the lottery, right? And he used to wear cowboy hats and shit. He was like a country western type of white dude, right? An older white dude. And I can't remember his motherfucking name at all. This back in the days. I want to say this is like probably in the 90s or some shit like that. But this old white man hit the lottery, won these hundreds of millions of dollars, and I forget the time frame, but I want to say it was like just a few years. He was broke again. The man blew hundreds of millions of dollars in a matter of years, right? This is what I'm talking about. See, people be thinking that if they get a certain amount of money, they're going to be set for life. But you don't even understand it if you know why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. And if you're passionate enough about why you're doing what you're doing, that's going to have you set for life. More so than a certain amount of money. You got motherfuckers who done had hundreds of millions and they broke. Vin Baker. Vin Baker was in the NBA, and over his career, some of y'all probably know that story. You know what I mean? Vin Baker's another motherfucker. Oh, and before I get into Vin Baker, the old white man, guess what he blew most of his money on? The old white man blew most of his money on bitches, on strippers and prostitutes. This motherfucker blew hundreds of millions. You know, he did other shit with the money too. but a good chunk of that money was spent on prostitutes and strippers. He stayed at the strip club doing it big as a motherfucker. Bitches love to see his ass coming. Motherfucker said coke and prostitutes. It might have been, you probably know who I'm talking about. He might have, it might have been, I'm pretty sure there was some drugs involved too. I can't remember his name. I just remember he's an old white man. He used to wear cowboy hats and shit like that. But motherfucker blew the majority of his money on prostitutes and strippers. And you know, if that's what you like to do, that's cool. But the reason why he went broke is because he didn't know why he had this money. He just ended up with the shit. He didn't have a purpose. He didn't have a cause. And without a purpose and a cause, you're not gonna have no plan. You're not gonna know what to do or how to do it. And you know, a motherfucker, especially a motherfucker who ain't ever had that kind of money, they thinking to themselves, shit, I got hundreds of millions. I could never go broke. How am I gonna go broke? I got hundreds of millions. I don't even know how I will spend this money, is what they thinking initially, right? But yeah, motherfucker, you can go broke even with hundreds of millions. That's not, it's not a money tree. You can't just grow that shit back after you spend it all. You know what I mean? Oh shit, let me just go grow some more money, man. Nah, there is an end to that shit. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, how to do it, or why you even have this money in the first place. See, if he'd have had a purpose in mind, if he had a certain cause in mind, he would have probably turned that hundreds of millions into some billions. But he didn't even know why the fuck he had that shit, so he ended up broke. But like I say, Vin Baker is another motherfucker. Vin Baker made over 100 million throughout his career in basketball. I think Vin Baker was in the league for like 10 years or some shit like that. But within that time frame, he made over 100 million. You know what I mean? Vin Baker was a superstar in basketball. This motherfucker went from making over 100 million throughout his basketball career. He went from that to being a motherfucking employee at Starbucks, making coffee for motherfuckers. How you go from an NBA star who's made over 100 million within your career to making coffee for motherfuckers at Starbucks? How do you do that? Because Vin Baker didn't know why he was in the NBA. He loved playing basketball, you know what I mean? But he didn't know why he was making this money. He didn't have a purpose for that money. He didn't have a cause for that money. You know what I mean? Kind of just like how Black China was, you know what I mean? When she get in there, it's just, you know, okay, I got this money, I'm doing cool, so on and so forth, you know what I mean? Vin Baker wasn't thinking about, you know, I got a cousin, you know, he wanted to go to school to be an architect. Let me get behind him, you know what I mean, so he could do his thing. You know, I got another cousin over here, they want to go to school for computer engineering. This cousin want to be an attorney. Let me put everybody on. Let me pay for all their educations, and when they're educated, once they get their degrees and shit, finna help them start their businesses. You know what I mean? This cousin that want to be a lawyer, I'm gonna help him start his law firm. You know, the cousin over here that want to be an architect, I'm gonna help him get his business off the ground. The cousin that want to be a computer engineer, I'm gonna help him, you know what I mean? Whatever it is that he want to do. Vin Baker wasn't thinking like that. He didn't have no purpose. He didn't have no cause. You dig? So Platinum Elite say Black China bossed up on that trick. She needs to be respected. Hoes should learn from her. So you must have came late in the conversation, right? Because I was comparing Black China to Kim Kardashian. And while some of the things that Black China is doing is cool, the bottom line of what I was saying is that Black China, she's mentally, she's still a bitch in the project. She's still a bitch, low income, government cheese, government peanut butter. You know what I mean? It's this like this much peanut butter at the bottom and this much oil at the top. See, some of y'all too young. Y'all probably don't remember when government peanut butter was going around. You know what I mean? I was a kid in the 80s, you know what I mean, 90s and shit like that, so I remember. You know what I mean? But for some of those of y'all that's like 35 and up, you know what I mean? You remember that government cheese and that government peanut butter and that powdered milk and all of those stupid ass shit. You remember when you open that motherfucking can, it's a can of peanut butter like this. You know what I mean? And when you open that motherfucker up, it's like this much peanut butter at the bottom and the top is oil. You know what I mean? And you gotta stir that shit up. You gotta be strong as a motherfucker to stir that. Y'all don't even know about that shit, man. But that's Black China. She's still stuck in that mode. You know what I mean? She's still that bitch in the ghetto that's getting government cheese hard in the motherfucker. That government cheese, boy. You can knock a motherfucker out with that government cheese, man. You know, that's Black China. She's still that bitch. She just so happened to fuck with the right rapper, and she's been able to sustain herself in the game to a certain extent. But Black China ain't nearly where she should be. You know what I mean? She can be respected to a certain extent, but if you weigh her current situation, her current, you know, success, if you want to call it, if you weigh Black China's current success versus her potential is way the fuck up here, and her success is way the fuck down here. She ain't nearly as successful as she could be. See, like I said, when you compare Kim Kardashian to Black China, what they doing is similar. They both monetizing themselves, right? They both using the fact that they attractive women, sex symbols, and so on. Ultimately, they're using that to monetize themselves, right? That's the what. That's what they're doing. How they're doing it is similar, but Kim is doing it way more effectively. Kim's how is way more effective than Black China's how. You know what I mean? They both doing some of the same shit. Like I said, Kim Kardashian right now is getting paid $1 million to make a post on Instagram. Motherfuckers are paying her $1 million to post something on her Instagram page. You know what I mean? Monetizing herself. Black China, she's, you know, doing similar things, but nowhere on the scale of a Kim Kardashian. You know, like I said earlier, motherfuckers can pay Black China $50,000 to be her girlfriend, or for her to be their girlfriend for, you know, I don't know if it's a month or some weeks or whatever. But for a short time frame, you can pay Black China $50,000 to be your girlfriend, and within that time frame, she's gonna do something to go viral on social media, and it's gonna get your notoriety up. You know what I mean? Probably a good move for a trick rapper. You know what I mean? A rapper that got the spirit of tricking on him, that's trying to elevate his status. That's a cool little move, but like I said, it's nowhere on the level of a Kim. So like I said, what they doing is similar. How they're doing it is similar, but Kim is way more effective than Black China. Why they're doing it? That's the difference. That's the night and day difference between Black China and Kim Kardashian. We know why Kim is doing what she's doing. We don't know why Black China is doing what she's doing. Kim is doing what she's doing to put her people on, and she killing the game when it comes to that. Whole family balling because of Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian is the reason why her whole family is balling out of control right now. Black China. So the reason why Kim is doing what she's doing is to position people to be great. Kim's why, her vision, her purpose is to position people around her to be great. And then she's even going even further, like with this prison reform shit. She done got 17 different people out of prison that, if she hadn't got involved, would still be there right now. She done got 17 people's convictions overturned and still going. Got other motherfuckers in the process of getting their shit overturned. And she's studying to take the bar exam, you know what I mean, so she could be a lawyer. Kim is just, You know, her, but all of that is to put people on. You know what I mean? The one black mama from damn, I can't remember if she was from Memphis or Texas somewhere. But y'all know the story, you know what I mean? The black mother, they said she was a drug kingpin. They gave her all these years, you know what I mean? And Kim got her shit overturned. Kim got involved. Next thing you know, yeah, she was from Memphis, Platinum Elite. You know the story. Now she back home with her family. You know what I mean? She wasn't finna, she probably would, I can't remember what her sentence was, but I know she had some decades to do though. You know what I mean? Kim got her up out of there. Positioning people to be great. Now that she's out of prison, you know what I mean? Just imagine, you know what I mean? She, you know, different talk shows probably want her to come on. You know, publishing companies is probably getting at her to write a book, or, you know, script writers is probably getting at her to write a movie on her life. Centoya Brown. When Centoya Brown get out, I think she's supposed to get out in like August or September of this year. Man, when Centoya Brown get out, she gonna be on. And she fine as a motherfucker too. Like, she's attractive. I know she been in there reading like a motherfucker, so her game is probably on point like a motherfucker. Like, and she's still young. Centoya Brown only 31 years old. She been in prison half her life, but she's still young. She only 31 years old. When she get out, she's gonna be on. You know what I mean? And this is Kim Kardashian. She ain't, when it comes to these people, and pay attention to the people that she getting out of prison. Probably not all of them won't, because it's on them. It's on the type of individual they are once they get out. But a lot of them people is going to be on like a motherfucker. Like that mother that Kim got out of prison, I know she going to be on. It's just a matter of time. Centoya Brown, for sure, she going to be on when she get out of prison. She going to have movie deals, book deals, man, you name it. Centoya Brown finna be on when she get out. So, especially when she get out, she gonna have Kim Kardashian as a friend. Like, that's crazy. Finna be on. Right, Sepulveda the Prince. Centoya, she the one that killed the trick when she was 16 years old. You know what I mean? Yeah, so when she get out, man, she gonna be on like a motherfucker. So, and the thing about it, that's why I say Black China, she just mentally, we don't see her like that. But, you know, when you look at through pimp eyes, man, you see, you know, a dusty ass, nothing ass, raggedy ass bitch when you see one, man. And that's Black China, man. I hate to say it, because Black China has the same potential. She could be doing a lot of the same things that Kim is doing. And the bitch got a baby by her brother. Bitch, you was supposed to, when you was in a relationship with Rob is still in love with that bitch, man. She still could be with Rob if she wanted to right now. Bitch, this is the only Kardashian man in their family. Ain't no other sons. Ain't no, they father is gone. Like, bitch, the one Kardashian man, you got a baby with him. You supposed to get in good with the whole family, first of all. Then you was supposed to make Kim your best friend. This is your child's auntie. Supposed to make her your best friend. Supposed to get up under her and get that tutelage from Kim. Black China's stupid. That bitch is dumb than a motherfucker. Y'all seen the reality show, the way she be dissing Rob, and like, and then on social media, you know what I mean? Rob be making a fool of himself behind this bitch, man. Bitch stupid. Black China's a dumb ass bitch. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's certain people around her that's probably got her making the right kind of moves, and it's only because it's beneficial to them. This is Black China. She famous, sex symbol. You know, people know her. She got millions of followers. XYZ. You know, so she's got the potential to make money. She can be monetized. But she could be doing so much more. She could be doing so much more. Black China come fucking with me, it wouldn't even work, man. I already know. She's just a stupid ass bitch. But if the bitch had any desire to be great, and she can't fucking with my pimping, we gonna be on. Put it like this: if Black China come around me, and she not no disrespectful punk ass bitch, you know what I mean? And she got an open mind, and she come around my pimping, billionaires. Give me 5 years with Black China, billionaires. Man, and see, I got certain shit in mind already right now that I could put into effect if I had one of them type of bitches on deck. See, motherfucker, man, I'm some pimping for real, man. This pimping work wonders, man. Motherfuckers just don't know, man. If I had Amber Rose or see, Amber is cool. Amber is cool. I can fuck with Amber. Black China, I'll probably be in jail. You know what I mean? I can see the bitch trying to slap me or some shit like that. I'm gonna have to whoop her ass. Next thing you know, you gonna see Freeze in the shade room. You know what I mean? Freeze in jail for beating up Black China. I'm gonna be on there looking like Lil Herb, you know what I mean? When he beat up his baby mama, I'm gonna be in the mugshot like, you know what I mean? Pimp ain't got time for that, you know what I mean? Plus, I ain't trying to put my hands on nobody, man. You know, I'm trying to pimp smooth. You know, I ain't want to have to defend myself against no dusty ass bitch. You know what I mean? Pimp ain't got time for that. Amber Rose, on the other hand, like I said, again, for those of y'all that came late in the conversation, see, Amber, she's more, I would say she's more similar. She's somewhere in between. She kind of like halfway between. She's a little better than a Black China, but she ain't nearly as good as a Kim. You know, and again, like Amber, right? Like when all that shit was going on between her and Kanye, and she was talking about how Kanye used to eat her booty, or she used to put her finger in some gay shit she was trying to put on Kanye, whatever, I can't remember exactly. But when she was getting into all that turmoil with Kanye, you remember the end of it, right? The result of it was her and Kim taking a picture together. Again, if Amber Rose was smart, when she took that picture with Kim and they was around each other, you supposed to become best friends. You supposed to make Kim your best friend and soak up game. But see, I already know what it be, right? Like with Black China, I already know for sure with her it's an ego thing. You know what I mean? She probably thinks she better than Kim in some type of way. When bitch, no. you really need to humble yourself. But even with Amber Rose, I can imagine, you know, they took the picture and they was cool with each other, but I know deep down inside, Amber Rose probably got an ego issue too. You know what I mean? She don't have enough humility about herself to become friends with Kim and then soak up game and start doing some of the same shit that Kim is doing. You dig? See, but like I say, the difference between an Amber Rose and a Black China, at least I can give Amber that. Like I said, Black China, we don't know why she do what she do. Kim, we know for sure why she do what she do. But Amber Rose, we know to a certain extent why she do what she do. Amber Rose is about empowering women. And women, you know, being confident in themselves, so on and so forth. We know that about Amber Rose. Black China, we just know she gets sued by landlords for not paying rent. We know she disrespectful. We know she stay getting into it with her mama. We know her mama is fucked up, you know. And see, like I said, it's the difference between Kim and a Black China. Kim Kardashian put her family on. Black China ain't putting nobody on. It's the difference. Kim always giving to charities and shit like that. She always donating money. Like, man, motherfucker got to put some respect on Kim's name. And the cold part about it is like people, they still hate on Kim. Like, why is she famous? She's not talented. She can't sing. She can't rap. She can't act. She can't dance. Like, why is Kim famous? I don't know why she's so famous. I don't know why everybody likes her. I don't know why her ass is fake. Her body is fake. Woo, woo. Like, they stay hating on it. But that's one thing about Kim. Like, she's such a unique individual. And that's one thing that she do too. Like, man, she stay keeping that sex symbol thing, her sex appeal, she stay putting that in your face all the time. You know, man, she cold-blooded with it. Like when she did that, what was that shit, breaking the internet or whatever, when she posed nude, I forget the name of the magazine, I forget the name of the magazine, but when she took the nude pictures or whatever, you know what I mean? When she, it was a few, like probably 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. You know, when she took the nude pictures or whatever, like, she didn't have to do that shit. She didn't have to do that. She was already a multi-millionaire then. I think the year before she did that shit, she had made like 50 million that year. So she already was like balling. She didn't have to do that. Kim is always gonna make herself relevant. Kim is always gonna keep herself in the public eye. Just like with the Met Gala that just passed. The outfit that Kim wore to the Met Gala, that shit was so tight on her waist, she couldn't even sit down. She couldn't sit down. She couldn't use the bathroom. She didn't have to do that shit. She could have wore a regular dress to and still been sexy. Some shit that she could sit down in and all of that. But Kim goes to the extreme to make motherfuckers talk about her. That's one thing that she gonna always do. Kim is always gonna keep motherfuckers talking. And she wore that little dress. I think that shit shrunk her waist down to like 18 inches. She was in there with an 18-inch waist. That's crazy. Especially considering how thick she is. You got this thick-ass woman with an 18-inch waist in a dress where she can't sit down. She can't use the bathroom. I think she was there for like, she had that dress on for like 4 or 5 hours or some shit like that. So if she wanted to use the bathroom, she just holding that shit. If her feet hurt, she tired. And see, that's what's crazy. See, it's something that you bitches could learn from Kim, right? She got these high heels on in this tight ass dress. You know how uncomfortable that shit must have been? And she's worth hundreds of millions. She didn't have to do that. But there's a method to her madness, though. She keeps herself relevant. Now, you bitches in places like Miami, Hawaii, Vegas, with your comfortable asses, you can't even walk with heels on for an hour. Kim was at the Met Gala on her feet for 4-5 hours with this tight ass dress on. She couldn't sit down. She had high heels on, stilettos on. She got these stilettos on and she can't sit down, and this dress is squeezing her down to 18 inches. Come on, man. Pay attention. And all of this shit is, see, like I said, she got money already and her power is off the chain. See, more so than money, Kim got power. And when you got power, you can do whatever the fuck you want. See, her little sister Kylie might have more money, but ain't nobody in that family. If you put all of them together, they power don't come close to Kim Kardashian. If you put all of them together, yeah, all of them together, their money is more than Kim's. And you know they a family. They don't give a fuck about that type of shit. But I'm just speaking hypothetically though. If you put the whole family together, the whole family combined got more money than Kim and Kanye together. But Kim Kardashian's power, that bitch is powerful. And she does nothing but increase her power and increase her influence. Like I said, she didn't have to wear that dress. She could have wore another kind of dress and still had people talking. But she goes to the extreme. And as many followers as she already got, I'm sure she gained even some more followers off of that on Instagram and Twitter and whatever else. She's always going to the extreme. And see, like I said, it's so much that you can learn from that. A satisfied need no longer motivates. Kim ain't satisfied. Kim ain't never satisfied. She ain't never got enough people talking about her. She ain't never got enough power. She ain't never got enough money. She ain't never helped enough people. She ain't never fulfilled her purpose. She always reaching for more. She always reaching further. It's always more people to help. It's always more power to attain. It's always more influence to attain, intensify her influence. It's always more for her. She ain't never satisfied. So again, if you an attractive female and you out here broke in 2019, something is fundamentally wrong with you. You hustling all the way backwards. You hoeing all the way backwards. You just moving backwards, period. Like, pay attention to Kim. It's so much game to be acquired just by watching her. Just pay attention. You know what I mean? If you on social media and you an attractive female and you got like followers or whatever the case may be, even if you ain't got followers, if you just a badass bitch and you broke right now, something is wrong with you. You need to figure out why you're doing what you're doing. See, you got a lot of females on social media, quote unquote Instagram models or influencers or whatever the case may be. They got all these followers, but they don't know why they got them. They don't have a purpose. They don't have a cause. And see, it's so much you could do. You don't even have to be like a Kim Kardashian with 130 million plus followers. If you got 100,000 or if you got 1 million, there's no way that you should be broke. Even if you got like 50,000 or whatever followers, like if you got some kind of following on Instagram or Twitter or whatever the fuck, you're not supposed to be broke right now. But what you could do is get with some motherfucking pimping, and the pimping is going, man. But like I say, I can't even be mad at bitches for not choosing right now. I can't be mad at bitches for not being inclined to want to fuck with some pimping right now, because the pimping's why as a whole is fuzzy as a motherfucker right now. And when the purpose is fuzzy, when the cause is fuzzy, when the why is fuzzy, it doesn't inspire. And when you don't have no inspiration, you don't have no movement. See, the pimping is supposed to inspire hoes. Fuck all that talking and sounding good. Fuck all that telling the bitch what she should do and what she shouldn't do. Figure out why you in the game. And then once you figure out why you in the game, figure out how to communicate that in everything that you do so strongly that you inspire bitches to move. The way that you move is an inspiration to a hoe. And from there, you inspiring, you opening her eyes. You got her fascinated. You got her juices flowing. She thinking to herself like, damn, I'm supposed to be fucking with somebody like that. Like I said, when it comes to tricks are better at communicating to hoes how it's going to benefit them to fuck with them than the pimping is. See, the pimping ain't really good right now communicating how it's going to benefit a hoe to fuck with them. You know? See, you got to be able to communicate it with your pimping, not just with your mouth. Communicating with your mouth is cool, but communicating with your ism, with your behavior, the way that you pimp, that's the best way to communicate it to a hoe. How is she gonna benefit? Why should she fuck with you? A lot of motherfuckers don't even know. You just say that you got some game for it, bitch, because you heard everybody else say that shit. But you don't really know why you in the game, though. But the trick, like I said, the trick is better at communicating to the hoe why she should fuck with him and how she gonna benefit in fucking with him than the pimping is. And because of that, that's why bitches fuck with tricks more than they fuck with the pimping right now. That's just a fact. But nobody wants to tackle that issue. Nobody is even inclined, nobody is even paying attention to that issue. If you stop and think about it, you'll realize it, but it's kind of like it, you know, motherfuckers don't really pay attention to that shit. They pass by, and it's like a car on the street. Motherfuckers don't really pay attention to that shit. But it's extremely relevant right now. It's an issue that really got to be paid attention to. Why is it that there are more bitches inclined to fuck with tricks than it is bitches inclined to fuck with some pimping? That's why we got so many bitches, see, like me, because I understand things the way I do, and I pay attention to shit, and I'm big on understanding. I don't just look at things and say like, damn, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is wrong, that's wrong. These bras is doing this wrong, they doing that wrong. These simps, they doing this wrong, they doing that wrong. Like, no, I like to understand why things are the way that they are. And see, there's so many females in the game right now on drugs, on all kinds of drugs. There's so many females in the game that's telling. There's so many females in the game that's in relationships with tricks, got babies with tricks, married to tricks. There is so much of that because they lost. It ain't no ism. You know, it's equivalent to in the hood, in the ghetto. You got all these young men without fathers. So what's the result? Gang banging, robbing, killing, selling dope, doing dope, going to prison, getting killed young. That's because the majority of cats in the hood, their father is absent. Same thing with these broads in the game. The pimping is absent. So when the pimping is absent, drugs, snitching, relationships with tricks, babies with tricks, marriages with tricks. This is all because it ain't no pimping. It ain't no male figure in the game that they can look to and say, I need this in my life. It's just a lot of cats that sound good, but they not being good though. just like with all them dudes in the hood, if more of them had their fathers around, like I'm glad to and blessed to be able to say that I had mine around, you know. And I talked about this on IG the other day, but I can imagine that if I didn't have my pops around, uh, it's a high likelihood that I would have ended up, you know, part of somebody's gang. You know, and ain't no telling what would have happened as a result of that. I probably would have been out there banging hard, probably would have got killed young, or probably would have ended up in prison with a football number, you know, or probably would have been on dope or something like that, you know. Well, I probably wouldn't have been on dope because I had a lot of uncles, my mother's side of the family. I was able to see a lot of shit and learn from that. But I could just imagine what my life would be if I didn't have pops around. So imagine the majority of cats in every hood, because I'm from LA County. Just imagine if all the cats throughout LA County, or just Southern California, period, because Southern California, period, is the gangbang capital. Imagine if the majority of black men growing up had their father around. We wouldn't have no gangbang like that. Or, you know, if we might have gangs, but they wouldn't be about what they about. It would be a more positive force behind it. It wouldn't be destructive the way that it is. See, there ain't so much nothing wrong with gangs. You know, a lot of cats recognize that as they tribe or whatever the case that may be. You know, being a part of a gang in and of itself isn't necessarily wrong. It's what it's about. But the bottom line is, whatever the case may be, if the majority of cats in Southern California, these same dudes that's gang banging and killing and robbing and ending up in prison and ending up dead and all that, if they had their fathers around, if they had that man in their life growing up, things would be the polar opposite in a positive way. Same thing with the gang. Same thing with these hoes. If they had more pimping in their life, not motherfuckers is just saying they pimping, because it's like that in the hood. You know what I mean? A lot of cats say they got kids, but they not really active in that child's life. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of dudes in the game that say they got hoes and say that they pimping and doing, but they're not actively pimping though. They just collecting some money. They're not really pimping for it. You dig? So put some love in my body real quick. If you have not already, man, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button one time. Wipe your feet off at the door when you come into a pimp's domain. You dig? But yeah, man, bottom line to all of what I'm saying is that high power hoeing is in full effect. It's a lot of money out there to be checked that's not being checked, that's just being left on the table. And the reason why it's being left on the table is because most of us in the game are not inclined to even know what's on the table. And because we're not inclined to know what's on the table, we don't even know how to get it off the table. And we don't know how to get it off the table because we don't even know why we in the game in the first place or why we want it. You dig? So it all starts with the ism though, man. When we have more cats in the game, they figure out why they in the game, figure out their purpose, they can communicate that to the hoe. And once they're able to communicate that to the hoe, they can help her find out her purpose in the game, and they can move in unison. They can move in harmony with one another and be at their best. Be as great as they was meant to be. And then it can get to a point like I was talking about before, you know what I mean? making it so that $1 million hoes is something common in the game. $1 million hoes becoming as common as Hondas. Imagine that. Like I said, it's time to push that status quo. It's time to push the boundaries in the game. And the cold part about it, once we get inclined to push the boundaries of the game as a whole, we're not going to be met with too much resistance because there's so much room to grow. It's not going to be a whole lot of pushback. We just got to push. The game ain't pushing the way it's supposed to. And we'll see how beautiful it'll be once we really start pushing, as a whole. You dig? Make it the type of thing where, what we see as a $50 date on the track right now, people look at a $50 date on the track and like, that ain't nothing special. Woo, woo. Some people might frown upon it like, damn, bitch, you doing $50 dates? That's how $200 dates is supposed to look. I'm telling you, if everybody on every track right now, let's say just in LA, if every hoe that's on the track in LA said, you know what, we not doing nothing less than $200. If everybody was just on board on the same page with that, and made it where, like an average date is like 500. You know what I mean? 500 is average date. A nice date is like 1,500. That's a better than average date. 1,500. 500 is regular. You get thousands here and there. You might get a few thousands within a night. More $500 dates, and every once in a while you might hit a 1,500. When we make, we can make that such a regular thing, and we got those of us in the game right now, we got the power to do this. And like I said, it wouldn't be met with much resistance. It's like I said before, right? A woman's time and pleasure is a commodity, just like gasoline. And if these gas stations start saying, you know what, we charging $20 a gallon, you think people ain't gonna buy it? People still need to move around. They still need to do what they got to do. So they might complain about it. They might be upset about it, but they still gonna buy gas even if it's $20 a gallon. But the thing about gas is that just like with everything else, except for a woman's time and pleasure, gas has gradually gone up over time. I remember a time when gas was 75 cents a gallon. We're a long time from there, though. But the thing about it is, like I said before, when gas was 75 cents a gallon, hoes were still trying to get $1,000 a day. That was considered a good day. Now gas is, 5-6 times that, depending on where you are. But a hoe's goal for the day ain't 5-6 times what it was back then. It's the same. So like I say, pushing the boundaries, man. Doing some shit that's not normal and then making it normal. See, a lot of people don't even believe in themselves. You got certain hoes that might be watching this right now. They can't even imagine being on a track where it's a normal thing to catch $500-600. Like every date you catch is like a $500-600 date. Most bras in the game that's on the track right now, they can't imagine that. And the main reason why they can't imagine it is because they don't believe that they can get that from a trick. They don't believe they can get that from a trick because they're listening to what these tricks are saying as far as like them not having it. You know what I mean? But, a woman's time and pleasure, that's a luxury. It's a luxury to have your time and your pleasure. How come every other luxury costs more than you, though? A lot of these tricks got other luxuries that they pay top dollar for. You know, some tricks are, might have designer clothes or whatever the case may be. A lot of people have, designer belts that cost $500-$600. A lot of people got shoes that cost $2,000-$4,000 on up. You know what I mean? But everybody ain't got that type of stuff. But for the people that aren't into that type of stuff, you got people that are into other kinds of luxuries. Marijuana, that's a luxury. You know what I mean? You got certain tricks. I already know that they probably spending like a couple $100 a week on that, if not more. Why they can't pay you what you worth? It's because unlike the gas station, unlike the designer clothing line, unlike the marijuana dispensary, you too flexible with your time and your pleasure. See, with their product or their service, they don't have the same flexibility that you do. If the trick come to the gas station and be like, damn, man, I only got this much, can you let me slide? Gas station gonna look at him and laugh. If he go to the designer store and say, oh, you know what, man, I like that Ferragamo belt, man. I know it's $600, man, but can you just let me slide with this $300 this time? Or I only got $250, man. Can you let me slide this one time? The designer store is gonna stand firm. Or even like whatever it is, even stuff that's not expensive. The grocery store, whatever the price is, they standing firm on it. It ain't no flexibility. But with women in the game, when it comes to their time and pleasure, they the most flexible. And a big part of the reason why is because they don't believe in themselves. Most females in the game, they don't believe that they deserve $500-$600 for a day. They feel lucky if they get that. Instead of believing like, shit, this is what I'm supposed to get. This ain't nothing lucky. Like, the trick lucky that he was able to get me for this little. That's what the mentality is supposed to be. But the belief ain't there. The availability is there. The possibility is very strong, but the belief ain't there. And a big part of the reason why the belief ain't there is because the cause ain't there. The purpose ain't there. The why is not there. The vision ain't there. Like I said, a satisfied need no longer motivates. And if you don't have a need, a burning desire that can't be satisfied so easily, you're not going to be motivated. You're not going to be inclined. You're not going to be inspired to push them boundaries. And when you're not inspired, you're just going to settle for whatever you get. And that's what we got going on. So, man, more people in the game to discover why they're in the game, man. That's the bottom line. Once you discover why you're in the game and you align that with your passion and intensify that passion, then the game is going to get greater for you. You dig? I'm going to start reading y'all's comments now. If you ask me a question and I missed the question, Pimp been on here popping and chopping it, man. So if you asked me a question earlier on and I missed it, or you had something to say that you wanted me to see and I missed it, go ahead and retype it right now so a Pimp can catch it. You did. Love break. Darrington say, yeah, these weed habits are crazier even now that it's legal. Now that the shit is legal. Yeah, that's real talk, man. You know, now that you don't have to be so careful anymore, now that you don't have to worry about if you somewhere smoking and the police see you, you know what I mean? You got to be careful. Or when you riding around with weed on you, you know what I mean? You got to be careful, you know, and you got to be scared if you get. Now it's no worries. You can't get in trouble for the shit. Yeah, it's going up. And I know the average trick in Cali, he's smoking. And, you know, I'm just taking a wild guess, man. I would say that the average individual, they smoking an eighth a day. You dig? And on average, they gonna pay a good 35, between 30 and 40 for an eighth. Sometimes you can catch some deals or whatever, but you gonna pay that. Especially for some top shelf shit, you gonna pay a good like $40, $35 for an eighth. Let's just say 30 an eighth. You did? If you add that up within a week's time, you know what I mean? That's a little over $200. Now, I'm pretty sure that the average trick, you got some tricks to date bitches every day, but most of them ain't dating every day, and even if they can't date every day, you know, at least they know that when they come to the track, they gotta have this much in order to get a date, you know? And whatever the case, if you don't listen to their sob stories, I lost my job, or I gotta pay child support now, or my wife is divorcing me, and all these old sob stories and shit. If you stop listening to all that shit and get in disregard, see, that's the thing. There's so much about it, man. Like that comfortability shit with the trick is ridiculous, man. Got to put some pimping in your life. Right, like Josh would say, they're using drugs as payments too, shaking my head. That's because a satisfied need no longer motivates. And if all the bitch want is some drugs, and when she gets some drugs, she's satisfied, she's no longer motivated. And a big part of the reason why this is the case is because it ain't enough ism on display that's motivating, because she see the way that the pimpin' is moving, and she like, damn, that I need that in my life. That look real good. It's too much other shit that look better to the bitch than the pimpin' right now. And that's the problem. Right. Custom Costumes say we used to race and see who got the most money in the day, then listen to our men joke around about who's the best. Yeah. You know, that spirit ain't there no more. That spirit just, like I said, the majority of cats right now is tricks disguised as pimps. So that spirit ain't that spirit just ain't there no more. Nearsighted can't see past the wants and needs. Yeah, because again, that purpose ain't there. That why, that vision, that cause, it's not there. So when you like that, you can't see past your wants and needs. Of course not. TYG say, I just heard that Larry June always want more when you talk about that standard. Yeah. Hey, Larry June got some heat. A lot of people don't know, ain't hip to Larry June. Larry June dope though. Out that Frisco. Off topic, but Freeze need to show some of us younger dudes how to dress, not street shit, but like that grown man shit. I'm trying to get on that wave. I'm glad you mentioned that word teach, TYG. See, it all goes back to why. You know what I mean? I can't stress that enough because see, when you know why you're doing what you're doing, the how and the what is going to fall in place, right? And when you sincere about why you're doing what you're doing, the how and the what is just going to come. Things like that. See, this my thing, right? And I know a lot of people get it twisted, but I know that when you watch me and you listen to me, you're gonna acquire a lot of game. You're gonna learn a lot of shit, right? And as you should. But my purpose in doing what I do when it comes to this, like we talking about why, right? Why I do this is not to teach you. Teaching you isn't my purpose. My purpose is my target is your inspiration, right? I want to inspire you more than anything because, like for instance, how to dress, right? You can learn that anywhere. How to talk, you can learn that anywhere. Shit. It's so much shit that you could, like when it comes to information and methods and tactics and so on and so forth, modes of operation and all that type of shit, like you could learn that just about anywhere. But what you can't learn anywhere, just anywhere, is how to be inspired, right? You can't really learn that anywhere, how to be inspired. That's not something that you can like learn. Like you go read a book and then you just flip a switch and you inspired. Inspiration don't work like that, right? So the how to do things and the what to do becomes less important when you think about inspiration, right? But once you become inspired, and a part of becoming inspired is figuring out why you're doing what you're doing, right? Understanding your purpose, understanding why you're doing what you're doing, understanding your cause. You'll have that vision. And once you have that vision is going to inspire you. Especially when it's so big that it's scary. You don't even like talking about the shit to people because they ain't even on your wavelength. Motherfuckers is going, if anything, they going to condemn what you talking about because they can't imagine the shit, right? That's just like, I'm sure it was a time where, you know, Bill Gates was talking about everybody having a PC on their desk at some point in time, right? And I'm sure it was a lot of people that if he would have had that conversation with him, they'd have looked at Bill Gates crazy, like a computer. Everybody having a computer? Yeah, right. Bill Gates made it happen though. You did? So my point is when you have that type of vision and that type of inspiration, How to do and what to do is just it's gonna come. So don't get so caught up in how to do things and what to do. Focus on why you're doing it, and everything else gonna fall in place. You know what I mean? See, people that focus on how to do things and what to do, those types of individuals, they gonna waste a lot of time. They gonna spend a lot of time procrastinating. You know what I mean? Because they so caught up in what to do and how to do it. You're gonna waste a lot of time because you sitting there waiting for somebody to show you how to do it. You sit there waiting for somebody to show you what to do. But once you know why you're doing it, you know what I mean? The how and the what is just gonna fall in place. You know what I mean? Like me, I've just been blessed. I've always been a why type of individual. Like when I do something, I know why I'm doing it. And because of that, and it's funny, I was this way even before I even understood this about myself, before I can even articulate it and explain it. I've always been the type of individual that when I want to do something, I don't look to somebody to show me how to do it. I don't look to somebody to show me what to do or any of that type of shit. Just whatever it is that needs to be done, I'm going to figure it out. You know, and a big part of the reason why I'm that way is because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I always got a vision. You know what I mean? I ain't always perfect at what I do. You know, I make mistakes like anybody else. But I've always been the type of person with a vision and in a cold imagination where I could imagine myself doing things and having things the average motherfucker can't even comprehend. So that's what you want to focus on, man. Focus on being inspired. You know, that's my target. Like I said, I'm not here to teach you what to do or how to do it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm a sharpshooter. You know, my target is your inspiration, and the what to do, the game, the information. You know, that's like an innocent bystander. You know what I mean? You might learn certain shit just being around, but really, I'm aiming for your inspiration though. I want you to be inspired. You did? Because with your inspiration, the what to do and how to do is gonna come naturally, and you might teach me some shit. You know what I mean? I don't know everything in the world. It's a lot of shit that I don't know. But your inspiration might drive you to a point where you learn some shit that I don't even know yet. Which is what I would love. I would love for a motherfucker to learn some shit that I don't know yet, that's gonna take the game to a level that the average individual can't even see right now. And then make that shit normal. You know what I mean? $1,000 dates being frowned upon because that's too little for a bitch. Right now we can't comprehend that. But, you know, bringing it to a point where somebody does that and then makes it normal, makes it common. Just like somebody thought of the cell phone, you know, and made that shit common. And now everybody got cell phones. You know what I mean? The Wright brothers, flying planes. You know, I'm sure a lot of people was looking at them crazy when they was trying to make a flying contraption. Flying? You mean like a bird? You gonna create something that's gonna get us off the ground and have us flying through the air? Yeah, right. That's crazy. That's laughable. Next thing you know, they did something that nobody could imagine and then made that shit common. Now everybody fly. People fly every day. There's people in the air right now flying while we talking. You know what I mean? But if you didn't have the Wright brothers to push that envelope, to push the status quo, to do some shit, you know, that nobody believed was possible, who's to say what we would have going on right now? You dig? But that all comes from inspiration. You know, the Wright brothers, they wasn't sitting back, you know, waiting for somebody to teach them how to do this and teach them how to do that when it came to flying. No, they were inspired. So they was figuring shit out on their own. Their inspiration drove them to do that. Now everybody fly planes all the time. That's how we need to be with this game. Inspired. What the fuck is that noise? OJ Pimpson say, yo, one of your lives kept me motivated to keep lifting heavy and strength training and stay in top tier shape. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, OJ Pimpson. That's what's up. And see, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like you said, motivated, right? See, when you was motivated, you didn't get at me and say, damn, Freeze, how you do this, how you do that. Or you may have, I don't recall. I think I would remember if you did, but the bottom line is you figured out what you wanted to do and you went and did it. You did because you was motivated by, like you said, what you seen me doing on live one day. It's that motivation, man. You was moved to action. You didn't sit and wait for me to teach you something or teach you what to do or how to do it. You was just inspired. Hustling there, yeah. Kevin Samuel, yeah. I've chopped it up with him before. He do got a good channel on that. You know what I mean? Just dress codes and colognes and all that type of stuff. Just being a classy man. Kevin Samuel's channel is good for that. Right. OJ Pimpson say, I willed myself to learn it. Exactly. See, when you inspired and when you motivated, man, you just you're not thinking about how to do what you're doing and all of that type of shit. All you know is that you need to get it done. The how and the what is just gonna naturally fall in place. You're gonna figure it out. Player D, that's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like all young people need to acquire this game. I just got out of a 1-year relationship. She made me want to kill myself. I started watching your videos and it changed my whole outlook on life. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad that you took something from my videos and it changed your outlook in a positive way, man. That's a beautiful thing. Because I don't know anything about you. But one thing I do know is that you got a lot to live for. We all do. You know, so that's a beautiful thing, man. And we all are blessed in many, many ways. if you on this earth and you breathing, you blessed in a whole lot of ways, man. Because you don't have to be here. You know, and life ain't something that should be taken for granted. You know, because once an individual take their life, that's it. You can't undo that. You can't be like, damn, you know what? I don't want to be dead no more. Let me bring myself back to life. And ain't none of that. Once you do that, it's over with. You know, it ain't no telling what type of blessings you might miss out on if you continue living. Yeah. Yeah, so say Freeze got pools and shit. Yeah, I got a little bitty little noisemaker dog, you know what I mean? She a Maltese mix. Augusta St. Troy say Detroit said what up. If that's the Detroit that I think it is, man, tell them I said what's up too. I only know one Detroit that goes by the name Detroit. Mark P say, what's your why, Freeze? Good question. I like that. That's what's up. In a nutshell, man, my why is to inspire people and make people better. I think that's my ultimate purpose in life on this earth, is to inspire people to be better. Bring the best out of people. In a nutshell. Of course, you know, there's different particulars to that and specifics to that. But in a nutshell, that's my why. That's why I do what I do. That's why I chop it and pop it with y'all, to inspire you to be better and help to bring the best out of you. Fresh out of love, man. What is a pimp gonna do? Mr. Atkins say Kodak been getting hit with that instant karma, disrespecting Nip and his queen, just got snatched up by the feds at Rolling Loud in Miami. Hater had to be jailed, but you can't control karma. Some people call it karma. I would say, you know, it's ultimately you reap what you sow, right? And see, when it comes to Kodak, it's beyond just what he said in regards to Lauren London, right? Kodak, he's just, he got a lot to learn, man. He got a lot to learn. And the thing with Kodak is I hope he gets better at learning from his experiences. Because he goes, this ain't the first fucked up shit that he's been through, right? But when it comes to Kodak, whether or not he learns from his mistakes, I don't know. Because it's not something that's apparent in his behavior. You know, he done been through a lot of fucked up shit just since he's been famous. I'm sure he's been through even more fucked up shit before that, but just within the time that he's been a celebrity, a rap star, he's been through a lot of fucked up shit. And he's had a lot to learn from. Like I said, whether or not he's actually learned from it, I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because it's not apparent in the way that he moves. You would think that, especially all the legal trouble that he'd have been through, you would think that Kodak would have learned from that and moved accordingly, moved according to what he learned from them situations, right? Because all of it is traced back to decisions that he's made. You know, I think Kodak has some emotional issues that he needs to address, and that'll help him out a lot. Jeffrey said Kodak got a bad circle. That may be true, but even beyond him having a bad circle, like I said, he got some emotional issues that he need to deal with. Oh, Gus would say, my bad, my apologies, sir. The city of Detroit said, what up? That's what's up, man. As y'all say in Detroit, what up, though? I ain't been to the D in a long time, man, but I remember everywhere I went out there, it was, what up, though? Joshua, oh, I feel you on that. Y'all should come outside and live a little. A lot of y'all like to stay inside all day. Hey, man, like I said, people are social. Us human beings, we're social by nature. We're not meant to be alone for too long. We meant to socialize. We meant to interact with people. And I feel you on that going outside thing, man. A lot of us don't go outside enough, man. I love going outside. I love interacting with people. See, that's why a lot of young people are socially awkward. People who this generation who's been raised on social media. See, I wasn't raised on social media. When I was a child, wasn't no social media. You know what I mean? I didn't deal with social media until I was a grown man. And then even furthermore, when I was introduced to social media, it wasn't nothing like how it is right now. We had Black Planet. That was the first social media that I knew. No, excuse me. Before Black Planet, it was I want to say Yahoo Messenger or something like that. It wasn't so much like pictures. You might could meet a girl on Yahoo Messenger, then y'all start emailing pictures with each other and stuff like that. That's the first social media that I remember. You know, it wasn't nothing like how it is right now. But the people who were raised in the era where social media is the way it is now, you know, the majority of them, they don't interact enough with people in the flesh, so they be socially awkward. You know, that's why you got a lot of young females in the game right now, a lot of these young 19, 20, 21-year-old bras in the game. That's why they're so disrespectful, because they used to being that way online. So when they go out in the world, they don't know how to deal with people, and you know, they disrespectful to the pimping, they disrespectful to tricks, and that's a big part of the reason why a lot of bras, you know, don't understand why they in the game neither, and don't make a lot of money in the game, is because they don't know how to deal with people. They don't have them social skills. See, every little bit makes a difference, right? Like most of the kids right now. A lot of y'all who got kids, y'all know. If you got kids, it's like from probably like 7 on up. Some people got kids younger than that that's into social media and all that. But whether it be video games or social media or whatever the case, most of y'all who got kids right now, your kids be inside all the time. They don't never go outside. You can't you can't make them go outside, right? And see, all of that matters. All of that is crucial. Like, you know, because it was such a normal thing, when I was a kid, I didn't really understand how crucial it was. But the way the world is now, looking at my childhood in retrospect, man, I appreciate all of that. I appreciate all the fights that I got into. I appreciate uh, falling off of bicycles and falling off of skateboards and playing football in the street and moving out the way when cars ride past and just having friends that I play football. Man, all of that shit matters. All of that shit plays a role in who you're gonna be as an adult. And that's why I've never had a problem, you know, interacting with people social. Like me myself, I've never seen myself as socially awkward. I don't even know how that shit feel. But even introverts, because I've always been more of an extrovert. But even the introverts nowadays are different than the introverts back in the day. Like, at least back in the day, if you was an introvert type of individual, you still knew how, like, when you went outside, to be respectful towards people. You know, how you doing? Have a nice day. Please, thank you. Yes sir, no sir, all that type of stuff. Like, these young people now, these introverts now, which damn near everybody is an introvert now, they don't understand, like, they just ain't got it, man. When your interaction with people mostly consists of social media, you miss a lot, man. Like I said, I appreciate my childhood so much, man. Being on the playground, man. See, y'all, a lot of y'all this young right now, people in y'all remember playing caroms after school, all that type of stuff, man. Like, y'all, yeah, man, Boys and Girls Club, ice hockey, all that type of, man, y'all missed out, man. I know they still got Boys and Girls Clubs and stuff like that, but man, my childhood was dope. It wasn't always beautiful or glamorous or nothing like that, but when I look back on my shit, man, my childhood was dope. Man, Jeff said, remember Pogs? Of course. Man, I used to love the Pogs, man. Marbles. Who remember marbles, you know what I mean? Rainbows, lineys, scratchies, you know what I mean? So y'all, man, I'll go back. Y'all know about the rainbows, lineys, scratchies with the marbles, you know what I mean? Who really remember that, though? Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. I know some of y'all looking at me crazy like, what the hell is Freeze talking about? He talking about rainbows, lineys, and scratchies. You know what I mean? Y'all, especially if I don't know about anywhere else, but I know if you was a kid in LA in the 80s, you know what I mean? You remember rainbows, lineys, and scratches with the marbles, you know what I mean? Cat eyes, yeah. Man, Award 347, you know what I'm talking about. The cat eyes. For real. You know what I mean? See, these kids, these young people now, man, they missed out, man. 80s and 90s was the shit. Anton, you remember the cat eyes? Man. Mother May I, red light, green light, rock'em sock'em, you know what I mean? All that type of shit. Trying to remember some other games we used to, man. It was fun being a kid back in the day. You know what I mean? Making the cutting the top off of the milk carton, you know what I mean? And getting a rubber band and putting a balloon on it and making a pea shooter. You know what I mean? Y'all don't know nothing about that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Getting a stick like this, or you might get a longer stick. You know what I mean? I have a stick like about this. You know what I mean? And get a clothespin and put it on the end of the stick and wrap the rubber band around and take the little metal piece from another clothespin and tie it to a rubber band and make a little gun out of it. Man. Them was the days, man. Right, man of war say half circle with your finger in the dirt when you about to flick the marble. For real, man. And we used to play for keeps. You know what I mean? You wasn't a real marble player if you wasn't playing for keeps, man. You know what I mean? I've seen cats lose their whole marbles, lose their whole little bucket. You know what I mean? We used to keep a like that Halloween candy bucket. You know what I mean? We keep the Halloween candy bucket full of marbles. You know what I mean? I just seen kids lose their whole Halloween bucket full of marbles and go home crying. Man, marbles was the shit. Yep, homemade kites, you know what I mean? Paper planes. Hey, my paper planes was the shit, man. Could nobody mess with me on the paper planes for real. TYG, I know you say you young, but you remember the caroms. Playing caroms after school. That was the days, man. TYG said I came up playing 21 at least. Yeah, that's real talk. Man, Renaissance. Hey, for real. He said, yo, Freeze, we was building the. Hey, man, I got a funny ass story about that. we was building the bike ramps out of old plywood board and jumping them on our BMXs. Hey, I had a Murray when I was little, right? A lot of y'all probably don't remember the Murrays, you know what I mean? Everybody had BMXs and everything like that. We ain't have it like that really, so you know, I see. That's why my little stepson, man, I was mad at him because on his 8th birthday, he 10 now, but on his 8th birthday, man, I bought that boy a Diamondback. Man, I bought this boy a Diamondback with the pegs on it, man. Man, that Diamondback was clean, all black, blacked out Diamondback. This boy didn't even have that bike for a week. I bought it for his 8th birthday. He didn't even have that thing for a week, man. He left it outside and they got his ass. He left that Diamondback out. It was a nah. Nah, it wasn't a Diamondback. I'm tripping. It was a Mongoose. I got him the Mongoose, you know what I mean, for his 8th birthday. He didn't have that thing for a week, man. He left it outside and somebody got his ass. But man of war, you remember the Murrays? Yeah, I had a Murray, man. And my mom's had bought me a Murray for my 5th birthday, I think it was. Yeah, cause see, I'm gonna tell you, see, I don't remember, man. See, for my 4th birthday, my auntie and uncle, my uncle Ronnie, auntie Kathy, they bought me the damn ET bike for my 4th birthday, right? I had the ET bike, you know what I mean? And that's how I learned how to ride, was on the ET bike, you know? And then for my 5th birthday, for Christmas, I mean, not my 5th birthday, but when I was 5, for Christmas, mom's got me the Murray, you know what I mean? Boy, I thought I was a shit with that Murray. And I'll never forget, man, I was at my grandma's house with the Murray, and my brothers and my cousins, they all older than me, right? I think I was like 6 at the time. And they made a ramp, you know, and they was jumping off the ramp with their bikes. And you know, like I said, they all bigger than me, man. So they professionals with the shit. They jumping off the ramp with their bike. You know what I mean? That shit look fun. So I went and tried it, man. Like, say this is the ramp right here, the ramp like this, right? My ass, I wasn't going fast enough. So when I got to the edge of the ramp, I just did like this. And I had I scraped my face right here. All of this was scarred up. All this was bleeding, you know what I mean? Then when it started healing, I had a scab right here. And they was roasting me, you know what I mean? talk about I had a racist stripe on my face and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then eventually, you know what I mean? I ended up becoming better on the ramp. But see, another thing, I used to fall down a lot when I was a kid, man. I used to stay in trouble. You know, another thing we used to do is ride the back of the ice cream truck all the time, man. And I remember the first time I did that shit, I was probably like 5 or 6, you know what I mean? I used to see my brother and all his friends and everybody, they used to ride the back of the ice cream truck. Ice cream man get mad, come outside, chase everybody off, you know what I mean? My ass, I'm on the back of the ice cream truck, my first time, right? Riding on the back of the ice cream truck, but I wasn't holding on. You know what I mean? The ice cream man went over a speed bump. My ass, boop! Bust my shit all over. Oh man, them was the days, boy. I think it's called a diamond. I had the green and black Diamondback. Yeah, I think they had Diamondback GTs, but then they had the GT Dyno. Hey, them GT Dynos used to be so clean back in the day, man. Man, them was the days. See, I remember them days. I don't know if y'all be watching Street Gangs, right? I was watching Street Gangs the other day, and it was an OG Pyru dude on there. He's from 30s Pyru, from 30 Rules, and he had brought a dude that he grew up with that was from 304'n Gangsters, which they obviously enemies. And they was talking about how they used to be cool before they started gangbanging when they was in elementary school. And he was saying that the dude from 30 Rules, he was saying how he used to go over to the homie's house from 304'n Gangsters. This was before they was banging though. But the dude from 30 Rules, he used to go to the dude from 304'n house, and you know, his family, they didn't really have money for bikes and shit like that. But he'd go over to the homie's house and they'll have a bunch of different bike parts. You know what I mean? And the homie used to let him go over there and do his thing like it was his, you know what I mean? And I remember them days though, like when I was a kid, we used to do the same shit, you know what I mean? Like your pedal might fall off, the homie over here got a pedal, you know what I mean? You get a pedal from this person, that person, you need a new tire, inner tube. We just used to interchange shit and look out for each other like that, you know what I mean, boys? It's so different nowadays. I don't see kids doing none of that type of shit no more. Them was the days, man. Right, using the milk crates as basketball hoops, then graduated to trespassing on school property to play ball. Man, I done did all that shit, man. Then we used to use the milk crates and nail them to a skateboard, you know what I mean? And make a little go-kart out of that shit. Man, them was the days, man. Y'all done took a pimp back, man. Reminiscing. Y'all taking the pimp back, man. Benny Lex said we used to go to the nice side of town and jack the white boys' bikes. Hell yeah, all that shit, man. Double tube the tires on the bike. Hell yeah, man. Them was the days, man. Y'all got here feeling old as hell. Damn. Hey, Theriton, you took me back, boy. That man said the bookmobile. Boy, do they even still have that type of shit nowadays? That man said the bookmobile. Damn, you took it back, boy. That man said the bookmobile. Damn. I ain't even seen one of them probably since the 80s, man. Since I was a little ass kid. That man said the bookmobile. Hey, the bookmobile was cool though. Yeah, man. I don't think they got the bookmobile no more, man. That man said the bookmobile. Boy, that took me back. Yeah, schools is different nowadays, man. I don't even know if schools got like the same activities, the same games and shit no more. He said, for real, the bookmobile was the shit, bro. I used to get to draw 50 books. Yeah, man. The bookmobile was cool as hell, man. I ain't seen that shit in for. I'm talking about forever, man. I'm talking about forever. I ain't seen the bookmobile. Hell yeah, reading Rainbow. Benny like said, damn, that remind me of reading Rainbow. Hell yeah, reading Rainbow, Sesame Street, all that shit, man, was the shit. Right, PBS, you know what I mean? Shit, they used to bring the gloves out of my block all the time. Yeah, man, you know, and see that type of shit made it cool to go head up with a motherfucker, man. Like now these little niggas, because like I said, they be inside all the time. See, when you don't go outside and you not interacting with other little kids, you know, you don't you that's why a lot of these dudes be scary. Cause they ain't never been in a fight before. And if they did, they got their ass whooped and they stopped, you know, they didn't have nobody around and be like, boy, you better go out there and fight. You know what I mean? Me, I kind of was like a bully as a kid though, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I was a bully. Sometimes I was an instigator. I used to start shit. You know what I mean? Uh, I was that little kid, you know, little kids stay coming to my house telling moms that I, you know, put hands on them and did something. You know what I mean? They used to stay coming telling on me. That's the little kid I was. I was a little kid that I was a little kid that all them other little kids in the neighborhood, they stay coming over to my mom's telling her what I done did to them. You know what I mean? Water fights at school was too fun. Hey man, man, we used to have water fights to the last days. Especially in the summertime when we didn't have to go to school. Or we'll have water fights that like that shit will start in the morning, even at school. That shit will start in the morning and last all day. And then the next day when we come back to school, we start that motherfucker right back up. Man. Oh, you went to Henry Clay. See, I went to Henry Clay. They're wearing uniforms now. Yeah, man, I'm glad. You know, I didn't have to wear no uniforms throughout my childhood. I was cool, man. Uh, See, when I was little, I went to middle school in the valley. I went to middle school at Nobel, and we wasn't wearing uniforms. But my brother went to Hoover Middle School in Lakewood, right? It's like borderline Lakewood, Long Beach. My brother went to Hoover, and I remember he had to wear uniforms. I think just for like a year or something like that. And then I don't know if they still do, but I remember Wilson when I got to high school. Wilson was wearing uniforms, but I went to Lakewood. In Lakewood, as far as I know, they still ain't wearing uniforms. I don't know if Wilson still wear uniforms, but they was when I was in high school. They had just started it when I got to high school. Spoke with the Prince. You know about Nobel, huh? Yeah, I went to Nobel, man. I went to Nobel for sixth, seventh, the whole sixth grade, the whole seventh grade, in the beginning of eighth grade, and then in the beginning of eighth grade, moms moved to Lancaster, and I went to Paiute Middle School in Lancaster. Joshua, you talking about you went to Hamilton Middle School in Long Beach on the north? Nah, Nobel is in Northridge. Supposedly, Nobel is in Northridge. I remember we used to have riots, man. We used to get into it. We used to get into it with the kids that went to Northridge Middle School when I was at Nobel. Oh, Joshua, you went to Hamilton High School. Yeah, as far as I know, that's where Nipsey went. Nipsey went to Hamilton. I don't know how old you are, but I went to uni for a split second, University High, over there in West LA. I went there because it was weird. I don't know how Hamilton was, but uni had trimesters, which was weird to me because prior to that, even prior to and after that, every school I ever went to had semesters, but uni had trimesters. And that was weird to me. But I went to uni for a trimester. Hey, Kendrick took it back. Hey, I thought I was a shit boy when I did that. He said getting a landline phone in your own room, knocking your dad off the internet. He was probably downloading porn. That's funny as hell. Yeah, I had the landline phone in my room too. Me and my brother, we had the landline phone in our room, and Pops would come in the room, and nigga be over there asleep. You know what I mean? Playing sleep. Pops come in the room, and I'm under the covers. You know what I mean? Not saying nothing. Under the covers like this, I see that light come on because Pops done open the door and the light from the hallway, shining in the room, and I'm over there like, hey, Pops used to be on it, boy. Nigga better not be on the phone late night. You gonna have problems. Hell yeah, the party line. I guess people still be fucking with the party line, but I used to fuck with that shit way back in the day. I think bitches be catching dates on the party line still. Therapist said, yeah, I thought I was a shit when I got a landline in my room because too many females would call the main line. Then I got a computer. That's funny. Oh, supposedly you went to Hamilton too, huh? Yeah, I knew a few people that went to Hamilton. I went to uni though, which ain't too far from Hamilton. Like when I used to catch the bus to school, cause I used to catch that. See, when I went to uni, I stayed over there on San Vicente and Stanley, right, which is close to housing. Not too far from the Mansfields. I stayed like a few blocks away from the Mansfields, and my stepbrother, he didn't bang, but he knew everybody. Like he grew up with all the Mansfields. He was a couple years older than me, and I went to uni because he went to uni. You know, we got the same little sister. Like his mom and my pops had a daughter together, so that's why we was all living together. And yeah, so that's how I ended up in West LA. And I used to catch that bus, that Santa Monica bus. I forget what. Hey, it used to be some wild shit on that bus, man. The Santa Monica, the Pico bus. Like we used to walk to Pico and catch the bus. It was Santa Monica, the big blue bus. We used to catch the bus and go down Pico to Westwood, and then it bust a right on Westwood and go up to Santa Monica, and then we have to change buses at Santa Monica and catch that down to Barrington. And if you went to uni, you get off on Barrington. But that Pico bus, we used to see kids from Hamilton on that Pico bus, because they'll get off at Robertson and catch it on down, and we used to continue all the way to Santa Monica and Westwood. Yup. Hey, that bus was wild, man. Man, I used to see some crazy shit on that bus. Hey, that bus was crazy. Cause see, uni was a trip, cause it was like, by it being West LA, I guess it was all kind of cats that went there. Like you had show lines that went there. You had schoolyards up there. You had a whole bunch of neighborhood niggas. It was weird because it seemed like it was more neighborhood niggas up there than it was West LA niggas up there. There was a whole bunch of 6-0s and 40s and 60s up there. But yeah, that bus, man, all kind of fights. Matter of fact, a motherfucker, hey, damn, I forgot all about that shit. That Santa Monica bus, right? That big blue bus. Like I said, we used to transfer on Santa Monica and Westwood, right? So one day I was coming home from school, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I was fucked up. I was on some bullshit. But me and my little partners that I was with, we was getting on the bus with Slurpees, right? Or sodas or something like that. But we had the fountain drinks, with the big drinks with the straw and shit. And the bus driver was like, y'all can't get on with this shit, right? So I'm like, damn. So it was a trash can right there on the bus stop, right? So I tried to toss it, and that motherfucker hit the side of the trash can and busted open, right? And it was this older Mexican dude, this big old fat, he was a grown man though, you know what I mean? Big old fat Mexican dude, he's probably in his 30s. That motherfucker busted on his ass. And this fat ass, that motherfucker pulled a knife on me. That motherfucker was finna try to cut me, you know what I mean? But you know, I'm young, athletic, you know, at the time, you know, I'm fast. You ain't finna catch me, motherfucker. I was talking shit to his ass though. That motherfucker pulled a big ass knife on me. That soda splattered all over his ass. He pulled a knife like this on the pimp. That was the good old days, man. Said they don't have riots like that no more. Yeah, I'm already knowing. I miss West LA, good old days for sure. Yeah, I didn't stay in West LA for a long time, but it was fun over there. It was some badass bitches over there too, man. Hey, West LA, man. Hey, and a lot of them went to Hamilton. There was a lot of bad bitches at uni too, but man, Hamilton had the bitches though. That's why I know, like, Joshua and Sepulveda, y'all said y'all went to Hamilton, man. And matter of fact, y'all probably, I don't know how old y'all are, I know B2K, they all went to Hamilton. Or not, I don't know if all of them went there, but I know Omarion went to Hamilton. And I can't remember which other ones. I know some of them dudes went to Hamilton though. Cause I had some younger partners that went to school with them at Hamilton. Hillcrest, I ain't even hip to that school, TYG. Is that a middle school? Oh, supposedly you probably like my age then. Man, Award 347. I went to Locke. Mac Boy say a percentage of hoes come out of Hamilton and Crenshaw High. Yeah, I could see that at Hamilton because Hamilton had the bitches. Hamilton has some bad ones, man. P said this live got me halfway up to the bay from LAP. Dig that. Oh hell yeah, Westchester, what? See, I used to go up to Westchester. Damn, I forgot all about Westchester. Yeah. Hey, out of all the high schools that I remember, you know what I mean? When I stayed in West LA, because like I said, you know, Crenshaw was known for having them. Hamilton was known for, but West and Uni, I went to Uni. Uni was known for having them. But man, Westchester had the baddest ones though. All the baddest bitches went to Westchester for real. We used to go up there just to get at bitches for real. Then, matter of fact, yeah. See, when I got to Long Beach, cause see, I had moved from Long Beach to West LA, then I moved back to Long Beach. So when I got back to Long Beach, you know, that's when I started driving. And in my senior year, when I was driving, we used to drive from Long Beach all the way to Westchester. Cause we had different bras up there, me and my little partners who I was cool with at the time. We used to drive from the beach all the way to Westchester. that's how cool Westchester was back in the day. Hell yeah. Hey, that shit be fun, man. When you a young nigga, when you like 17, 18, and you start driving, man, when I started driving, I'd be all over the place, man. I had bitches everywhere. When I was a little young nigga on some fucking, man, I'd be all out through LA, South Central, Linwood, Inglewood, all the way to Pomona, all the way to Riverside, San Bernardino. Man, when I was a young nigga, I used to be everywhere getting at bitches. Alex Ramirez say, "Sup, man? Y'all, you still live? Yeah, man. We just reminiscing right now. We just talking shit. You know, I done got past the topic at hand. You know what I mean? We just been reminiscing, man. They done took me back." Oh, Hillcrest Elementary School in Jays. Oh, okay. I dig it. I know I heard of Hillcrest before, but I didn't know where it was though. I done heard of that school before though. Cause see, I done lived all over LA County throughout my childhood. Uh, Most of my childhood was in Long Beach, of course, and then other than Long Beach, I spent a lot of time in Pacoima too because my mom's whole side of the family is from Pacoima. So I spent a lot of time there too. But other than that, I lived in Compton, lived in West LA. I used to stay, like I said, West LA, I stayed close to the Mansfields, but I didn't know none of them though. But I know that's the hood that I live close to, because my stepbrother knew a lot of them dudes. And when I lived in Compton, I stayed in Lime Hood. Oh, Kennedy in the Valley? Yeah, Sepulveda Prince, you already know. Yeah, Kennedy was cool too. Kennedy was a popular school in the Valley back in the day. See, certain people that I went to Nobel with, they ended up going to Kennedy. Most of the people that I went to Nobel with went to Chatsworth, though. Most of them went to Chatsworth, and then a few of them went to Kennedy, a few of them went to Granada Hills. But most of the people that I went to middle school with at Nobel, they ended up going to Chatsworth. And like I said, when I had my car, I used to be out there too. I used to be in the Valley. Yeah, Cleveland was cool too. But man, my senior year, when I got my little bucket, I had an 81 Impala. You know what I mean? Same year I was born. I got an 81 Impala for $450 my senior year of high school, man. I went to the SA Hood over. See, I don't know if y'all familiar with Maywood, but Maywood ain't nothing but essays over there, right? And see, when my senior year of high school, I was on my own. Me and my homies had a bachelor pad, because my senior year, my pops kicked me out. So, but when pops kicked me out, I had a car, but he had my car. He wouldn't give it to me at first, right? Then he gave me that car. I crashed that one, and it was a car that I had bought though. Crashed that motherfucker, junked it, and then I had like $450. Got in the Auto Trader. Looked in the Auto Trader. Went to 7-Eleven. Bought me an Auto Trader. Looked in the Auto Trader. Seen the 81 Impala for $450. Called the dude up. He over there in Maywood. You know what I mean? So I ended up catching the bus to Maywood. Yeah, the recycler was cool too, but I had got the Impala out the Auto Trader. So catch the bus over there to Maywood. I'm by myself, 18 years old. You know what I mean? It's my senior year of high school. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was nervous to the motherfucker at first, because I walk up to the house. It's a whole bunch of it's like 10 cholo niggas outside. It's like 10 essays outside in front of this house, the house that I'm going to, the address. I'm looking at the address like, man, this can't be that. Oh man, I'm a nigga, I'm black, I'm by myself, and I'm over here, this like super SA hood over there, you know what I mean? Over there in Maywood, that shit was off of, was it Slauson? I want to say it was off of Slauson and something, but like far east in Maywood. But yeah, man, I get off the bus over there, walk up the street, bend the corner, and I'm looking on the paper at the address, you know what I mean? I see this house with like 10 essays in front of that motherfucker, man. They like drinking and smoking, and they like banged out, you know what I mean? They like got the Cortez with the big ass Dickies on. This in 2000. So I'm like, damn, man. But I came all the way over here, so I ain't finna turn around, you know what I mean? Plus, I really want this car. So I walk up, they mean mugging me and shit. And you know, they young, but they older than me though. They probably like in their 20s and shit. You know what I mean? But they mean mugging me like, I know they thinking to themselves like, what the fuck is this fool doing over here, Holmes? Like, they mean mugging me and shit. And then the dude who was selling me the car, he was like they OG. He was an older cat. He was probably like in his 40s. You know what I mean? So he came outside and he was like, "Are you here to get the car?" And I was like, "Yeah." Then they bagged up off me after that. You know what I mean? Once the OG came out there and spoke to me, I was cool after that. You know what I mean? Slauson and Maywood. I don't know if it was the street Maywood, but I know I was in the city of Maywood. And I went over there, you know what I mean? Old school SA. He let me test drive the car. Man, that motherfucker ran like a champ. See, this was back in the days, man. You could get you a cool little bucket. You pay $300-400, man, and that motherfucker lasts you forever, man. That little Impala, I paid $450 for that shit. And the only problem is that shit went past small. You know what I mean? So I had fucked up tags. But that's why I like that when the Eastsiders came out and Trady was like, I got warrants, bad tags, still saying fuck it. Swerving to the east, but headed to the east side, swerving in the bucket. That was really my life, you know what I mean? I didn't have the warrants, but I did. Matter of fact, I did have warrants when I bought that car. You know what I mean? And I had bad tags. I didn't have no L's. You know what I mean? My L's was fucked off. But I was, man. And I don't think. I got pulled over one time. The police let me slide. But man, I used to be everywhere in that motherfucking car though. Yeah, I used to be everywhere in that car, man. And I paid $450 for that motherfucker, man. That shit ran like a champ. See, those of y'all that's my age or around my age, y'all probably remember, man, back in 2000, like 99, 2000. By 2001, I think they had moved it. But in Orange County over there in Fullerton, they used to have Red Velvet. Red Velvet was the club out there, you know what I mean? And Red Velvet was the shit. They had Red Velvet over there in Fullerton off of Orange Thorpe. I forget the cross street, but I know it was on Orange Thorpe. Then they had damn, I can't believe I can't think of the name of that shit. Somebody probably remember, man, the club they had over there by Disneyland. It was 21 and under. See, I don't know if they still do that shit no more, man, but Boogie. Supposed the Prince, I should have knew you knew, man. Hell yeah, the Boogie, Club Boogie, man. Hey, the Boogie was popping. Boy, the Boogie used to be the shit. Man, then, see, like I said, I used to be everywhere, man. Club Boogie was the shit, and then around that same time, right? Supposed the Prince, you probably know what I'm talking about. It was a club in San Bernardino. It was that club was big as a motherfucker, man. That club was super big. I want to say it was called Empire. You remember the Empire, man? Out there in San Bernardino? Man, that motherfucker used to be popping. But Boogie was the shit, though. Club Boogie was the shit. Red Velvet was the shit. Empire was the shit. The Arena out in Hollywood. You know what I mean? The Arena out in Hollywood and Florentine Gardens out in Hollywood. Both of them spots was 21 and under at the time. You know what I mean? That used to be the shit. That's where we used to go, man. All the way from Long Beach, man. We used to go, of course, you know, the Boogie, that's right there in Orange County. So if you stay in Long Beach, you just hop on the 22, shoot right over there, you know what I mean? Or the 91, jump on the 5. Club Paradise. I don't remember that one. I don't know. I don't remember Paradise, but spots that I used to go to. Wait. Downtown San Bernardino. I don't remember if it was downtown. I just remember I only been there probably like 2 times, but it was a big ass, it was a gigantic club on the inside in San Bernardino. Back then, like 2000. Like 99, 2000. It was, no, you know what? This was later on. This is probably like 2002. They had and I think that spot was 21 and under too. The Empire. Said I remember that club in San Bernardino. I can't remember the name. I'm not exactly sure neither, but I want to say it was the Empire though. That motherfucker used to be, man, popping. Because I had cousins from San Bernardino. My cousin out there used to tell me about that shit. Then I finally went. Hollywood probably the funniest city in LA for real. Yeah. Hey man, See, because I had a Panamanian partner, right? He was Panamanian, and he looked black, but speaks Spanish and shit. He was from Panama originally, but he moved here when he was a kid. Moved to Long Beach, you know what I mean? But he still had the Panama accent. But we used to go to the arena, and we used to go to Florentine Gardens, and both of them spots was predominantly, Latinas and shit. Be a little bit of black people up in there too, but them spots used to pop though over there in Hollywood, man. That was the good old days. Yeah, that OC, man. I used to fuck around out there too, man. Even before the game. But once I got in the game, though, once I got pimping, man, I used to stay in Orange County. I loved Orange County, man. Hey, Orange County was lovely, man. Harbor Boulevard was my favorite. Man, it was between Harbor Boulevard and Sepulveda for me back in the day, man. Hey, Sepulveda, me and Sinful went to jail on Harbor one time too, right there in front of the Jack in the Box, man. See, me and Sin, man, that's why we so tight, man, because when we was young, we was serious about this pimping, man. And imagine us over there. Yeah, we wasn't even mobile. We was over there on foot, sweating hoes. I think I don't know if we caught the cab over there or what. But that's how serious we was, man. We had hoes down too, but I think we ended up catching a cab over there. And we was getting that hose on foot. And then they pulled up on us in front of the Jack in the Box. It was probably like 7 in the morning. And I'll never forget, man. And me and Simple suited and booted. You know what I mean? We was crazy. Now that I think about this shit, man, we was crazy as a motherfucker. 2 niggas suited and booted on Harbor Boulevard sweating hoes on foot. We was crazy, man. But like I said, it's like 7 in the morning, man, and the police pull up on us and they sit us on the curb and shit. They talking about, yeah, we getting calls about y'all harassing women. And we like, man, we ain't even talked to nobody. I don't know what you talking about, but they still took us to jail. And so they took us, right? And they had us in the little processing area. We sitting on the bench, handcuffed, right? We got our hands behind our back. We on the bench, handcuffed, and then my phone started ringing. And at the time, my ringtone was 213. Lonely Girl, 213. Nate Dogg on the hook singing like, when you call my phone would be like, wait a minute, lonely girl. They tried to warn me. They said you horny, eager to give it up, give it up, give it up. And then the phone stopped ringing right there, right? But if it would have kept ringing, that should say it stopped right at the perfect time. Because if it kept ringing, that shit would have been like, wait a minute, lonely girl, I'll be your daddy. Be what you want to be. Just be sure to bring the money to me. Hey, and my phone was ringing, and me and Sif was sitting there, and we sweating bullets. We like, damn, man, I hope that motherfucker stop ringing. Because I could just see the Orange County, the Santa Ana police like, so you'll be her daddy, huh? Just be sure to bring the money to you, huh? Okay. Big pimpin'. All right. So we sitting there, boy. We sweating bullets, man. And that motherfucking phone stopped ringing just right in time. It was like, eager to give it up, give it up. And then that motherfucker hung up and stopped ringing. I was like, whew, man. But yeah, that's the good old days, man. Classic times, man. That shit was hilarious. Nice to villain say freeze. What's up with New York State and the pimping? I never heard you speak of there. See, at the time when I was fucking with New York, to be real with you, man, I wasn't hip to the tracks out there. And the pimping that I knew, like when I went to New York, it was certain P's that I was cool with that was already there, but they was playing the lines. So all I knew when I went to New York was the lines. I went to Manhattan, and the lines wasn't really popping for me at first, and then I changed a little something about my game, and the motherfuckers start popping. You know what I mean? Because my partner, he had told me about it before I went there. I was out here on the West Coast, and my partner was like, "Man, P, you need to come to this New York, man. These lines is popping, man. It's 9 o'clock, and my bitch done already made 1,800. You know what I mean? And the other bitch done made 1,100. Woo, woo, woo." He was out there fucking with Manhattan. So I ended up taking my peoples out there, going to Manhattan myself. And like I say, that first day, I was only there for like a few days. I forget why I left. I remember I was only there for the first time I went. I was only there a few days. And the first day wasn't shit. Then the next day was popping. The next day was popping. I think I left. I was only there like 3 days or something like that. But I didn't fuck with New York as much as I fucked with Jersey. Like I spent more time in Jersey. And see, I'm talking about Craigslist days, right? This is before Backpage was even popping. Fucking with Craigslist. And no, matter of fact, Craigslist, and when Craigslist shut down, and when Backpage was first popping. This was during that time. You know what I mean? I went to New Jersey, and New Jersey treated me cool. You know what I mean? I fucked with that Jersey City. Jersey City was alright, but I was fucking with Woodbridge. And I don't know nobody else that fucked with Woodbridge. Everybody else was fucking with Secaucus as far as the internet. Like all my other partners who I was cool with, they was fucking with Secaucus, you know what I mean? And I was fucking with a little spot called Woodbridge. I had never even heard of Woodbridge, you know what I mean? But I just went out on a limb. See, that's what was fun about the game, man. We used to always do shit like that. You know, pimps would be excited about stepping out on a limb and discovering a new area, you know what I mean? And just locking that shit down and checking it like a motherfucker. So that's what I did with Woodbridge. At the time, nobody I knew was fucking with that shit. And I went to Woodbridge and started checking it, you know what I mean? So Woodbridge was cool. Ain't no place like like Cali, but I want to see what this Jersey hitting on South Jersey. See, I ain't never really fucked with South Jersey, you know what I mean? I mostly was fucking with North Jersey. I never fucked with Atlantic City. I done met some cool P's from that Atlantic City, but I ain't never fucked with it myself. But yeah, Cali's so beautiful, man. It done been so many times where I'd have created the track around this motherfucker, man. I'm talking about just create my own track and that motherfucker be booming. Cali is so many spots where you could just create a track, man. Vegas is another city like that. It's like a mini Vegas in Atlantic City, yeah. Yeah, I heard some good things about Atlantic City. Not lately, though. I remember back in the days hearing some real cool shit about it, but I ain't really heard much about it lately, though. It's the people you ain't never gonna meet people like us. Yeah. Cali motherfucker. I don't know, I guess because I'm from here, man. This, you know, I didn't. been in this motherfucker so long. I really appreciate people from other places, like for different reasons. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cali beautiful though. I love this motherfucker. Suppose the Prince say, "What is Miami like on the blades?" Hey, hey, that Southwest Eighth and that Flagler, I like that motherfucker, man. I ain't been to Miami in like 6 years, right? But when I was over there and I was fucking with the blade, they got Biscayne too, but Biscayne is like, at least at that time, Biscayne was like an older blade that really didn't too many people fuck with. I had a partner that was fucking with it that was doing all right, but I never set nothing down on Biscayne myself. I was fucking with Flagler and Southwest Eighth. And what I liked about Flagler and Southwest Eighth, and for those of y'all unfamiliar, those is two streets that run parallel. Just like anybody who familiar with Frisco, you got Shotwell and Cap. That's the blade of Frisco, two streets that run parallel. That's how Southwest 8th and Flagler is. You got Southwest 8th, which is Southwest 8th Street, and then you got Flagler. They two streets that run parallel to each other, and they both the blade, right? I was fucking with that Southwest 8th and that Flagler. And what I liked about that is they got 1,000,000 date rooms. They got 1,000,000 motherfucking date rooms over there. And right, Biscayne is the A1A. Exactly. Flagler and Southwest 8th, they got a bunch of date rooms over there, right? Or at least they used to. I'm pretty sure it's still the same. But the rooms be like $25 an hour. Or at least they was back then. Could be different now. But it was so good because a bitch could catch a date, take a trick right there to the room $25 for the hour, bam, bust a date, in and out, you know what I mean? And it was cool because the bitch had the room right there, you know what I mean? The room's only $25 for the hour. So that's what I liked about Southwest 8th and Flagler, the way it was set up. It was cool. And that shit used to move too. Traffic be booming, you know what I mean? Right. That's how Union and Bakersfield used to be exactly. You know what I mean? But see, Southwest 8th and Flagler is a little longer than Union is, and because it's longer, they got more of them little date spots over there. You know what I mean? But Union was set up different where bitches would be like in the doorway. You know what I mean? Trick come ride through, bitches be hanging out. You know what I mean? That shit was like a whorehouse. It was like a mobile whorehouse. You know what I mean? That's how that Union used to be. Union used to pop too. I didn't play Union a whole lot, but the few times that I played Union, that motherfucker was cool. Union was cool as a motherfucker. Yeah, Union, you pull up and the bitch be in the doorway like, you know what I mean? Union was cool. That's how I even though I never played it, I heard Modesto was like that too. Modesto had a spot like that where the bitches had a room sold up and be hanging out and tricks just come pull through. But I never played Modesto though. Right. If she really had a pimp's paper, she could get 3-4 dates out that hour. Hey, that's real shit though. That's real shit. You know, it ain't too many of them left though, man. We got to rebuild them, man. We got to bring them back to life, Renaissance, because you already know it ain't too many of them running around like that right now. Got to bring them back. MTM stupid. That gym treating you good, cuzzo. Looking like one of them swole ass OGs off of OG Jap's page. Off of Jap's IG. See, I don't know if y'all, it's probably some of y'all hip to OG Jap on Instagram. He be posting all the OG Bloods and Crips, and all them pictures from back in the days, niggas in the pen swole as hell. He talking about I look like one of them OGs, looking like niggas throwing up their sets like OG Jap got all the old school pictures of swole ass OGs. That's funny as hell. Yeah, Escondido. I never played Escondido neither. I heard about it though. Detroit say, big bro, how'd you get in the game? What made you want to become active? I'm gonna have to say that for another for a different live, man, because I got a cool little story the way I got to the game, man. I'm gonna have to save that one. Therrington funny say, hey, for real, now that you mention it. Tookie Williams. You ever play around in that Stockton? Hey, I never sat nothing down in Stockton. But it have been times where, I'll be on the highway and riding up that 99 and get off in Stockton and go to that Wilson Way. Hey, I remember one time I went to Wilson Way, man, that motherfucker was on full. I didn't even know Stockton be popping like that. Man, went down Wilson Way, man, that shit, it was like 30 or 40 holes down. I was like, what? Stockton popping like this? It was on full around there. This some years ago, though. I don't know if it's still like that right now. Detroit with the $2. Good looking, man. Had a free super chat. Haha, dig that. Freeze, you ever play El Cajon in Diego? Nah, man. I never really played El Cajon, man, because I don't know. I guess because like Harbor and Sepulveda and Hope was treating me so good, I just never made my way down there, man. And then times when I would venture out, I don't know. I guess I never went to Dago because one, I don't remember a time where it was like, I'm sure it was times where it was popping, but I always had other places that I would go. And then when you go to Dago, you got National City down there. Matter of fact, I played National City a little bit. I never played El Cajon though. But it ain't as much going that way as it is like going to Northern Cali. So if I wasn't fucking with LA, I would go like to Northern Cali, you know what I mean? I don't know. For whatever reason, I never made my way down to that El Cajon. Nice to feel and say, Freeze, I got a chick about to get $1 million or more from a lawsuit. She digging me crazy. She gonna give me whatever I desire. But how can I get her to throw some of that in my own account though? Hey man, I'm gonna have to post that live, man. It's a live. Nice to feel it. It's a cat, right? That was on Facebook one time. One time me and Sinful was live on Facebook and it was a cat in the comment section that had mentioned a similar situation like what you talking about, right? Man, me and Sinful gave that man so much game. If that man didn't get that money, I don't know. It must not have been meant to be, man, because we gave that man some game. Boy, we gave that man some cold ass game. I'm gonna have to post that video. Detroit with the Big Ben. Once again, good looking. You be telling good stories, man. That I Should Have Died in Ohio is a classic, and you had a few other classics. Good looking, man. Yeah, I got some classics that I ain't even told y'all yet, man. Some of them I had to say for a later date, though. But yeah, Nice the Villain, man. Like I said, man, I'm gonna have to post that video real soon, and you can watch that and peep that. Man, we dropped some. Me and Simple dropped some game on that man. But what I can tell you is, I'll just say this, right? Like I was saying earlier, if you wasn't here earlier, you got to get the broad to like you, man. You got to get the broad. See, if you focused on the money, if you focus more on the money than the broad, you're gonna miss both of them. Now, man, you got to understand that the getting to her, that's gonna be a given, especially if you get to her the right way. You know, you got to get to her though. You know what I mean? Like, just think about shit like, and I mentioned that before. You know, even though his ending wasn't cool, but man, Charles Crosby knocking Griselda Blanco, man, that got to be one of the coldest knockers in history, man. Boy, that's one of the coldest knockers in history, man. This man wrote her a fan letter while she was in prison. And that led to him becoming a multi-millionaire. You know what I mean? Like I said, even though his ending wasn't cool, but he wrote a fan letter to this broad, man. And he must have said some of the coldest shit in this damn letter. He ended up with Griselda Blanco. She worth billions at the time. Billions. Know what I mean? He wrote a letter, and that letter translated into him becoming her husband. Married the bitch. You know what I mean? Got all the birds on deck, you know what I mean? He's supplying the whole Bay Area with the birds, checking millions. Man. Going to the pen, fucking this bitch, man. He over there, he a young, you know, not bad looking black man, fucking this old Colombian bitch, man, giving her the best dick she probably ever done had in her life, man. Man. But, you know what I mean? Like I said, the ending didn't turn out too cool, man. He made some mistakes, but he came in cold though. You dig? So just think about shit like that to motivate you, you know what I mean? Like I said, when you want a woman's cooperation and you want to get a woman to do things for you, see, like I'm saying with Charles Crosby, right? He touched her in a way, because this Griselda Blanco, man, like, imagine how many letters she was getting from different dudes talking about they wish they could smell her fart, and you know what I mean, they want to drink her bath water, all this old simp ass shit, you know what I mean, they want to eat her pussy and wanted to squirt on their face, all kind of, you know, suck ass, simp ass shit. Just imagine all of the shit that these dudes, imagine all these different dudes sending her pictures of their body, you know what I mean, she fantasizing about him and this, that, and third. Just imagine how many dudes was writing her prior to Charles Crosby. You know what I mean? But he must have said something so cold in the motherfucking letters, he ended up marrying the bitch. Man, a billionaire. You know? But you know, Charles Crosby, he from the Bay, man. The Bay Area niggas, they got game, they got mouthpiece, they, you know, they know the right shit to say. But the bottom line is, he touched her somewhere that the rest of the motherfuckers couldn't touch her. You know what I mean? He touched Griselda Blanco in a way that nobody else could touch her. And that's what you got to do with that bra. See, you know her better than I do. I don't know nothing about her, you know. But you got to figure out how to touch her in a way that no other guy has touched her before. And the key to it, a big part of it, is listening, paying attention. Get her to tell you as much about her history and herself as you can get her to, and that all she doing is supplying you with ammunition. She just supplying you with ammunition, you know what I mean? And then you got to use that to hit her back in the areas, like I said, where nobody else can hit her. And from there, you're going to get her to do whatever you want. And then, like I said, too, the whole purpose of this video, talking about why. Why do you want her to do that? You know what I mean? If your why is righteous, then you could, and if your why is something that's going to benefit her as well as yourself, then you can communicate your why to her in such a way that, you know, she believe what you believe. And if she believe what you believe, then she ain't got no problem supporting your why. She ain't got no problem supporting your cause. You did? So you got to figure out a reason why you even want that money and make it be in such a fashion that's going to benefit herself as well as you. You did? Yeah, I don't, again, you know, Sepulveda the Prince, that Fresno, that Parkway, and that Blackstone, I've passed through there and sweat some bitches before, but I ain't never set nothing down out there, though. I remember when it was popping like a motherfucker out there, though. I remember I had some partners that was, they was playing that Parkway, boy, and they was checking it. Stupid. Had that shit sold up for months. Or he might have been the only one, big bro, if you really think about it. Like, he might have actually been the only American riding her. I doubt it, man. This Griselda Blanco, man, like, I doubt that he was the only American. Maybe the only, I can't even say the only black dude. Because just imagine, you got to think about niggas, man, especially niggas that sell dope. Just imagine how many niggas that sell dope was thinking like how he was thinking. Like, man, if I knock this bitch, man, I'm going to be on. I'm going to have all the birds. I'm sure it was plenty of niggas writing to her, but Griselda Blanco ain't never fucked with no niggas, especially not no American nigga. Like, just think about that. That don't even sound right. Griselda Blanco fucking with a nigga from Oakland, a nigga from East Oakland. That shit don't even sound right. You know what I mean? So, these niggas that was writing her before, I'm pretty sure it was niggas from everywhere writing her. Dope boys especially. I'm sure it was dope boys from everywhere writing her ass, trying to get with her. But, you know what I mean, she just like, it was something about Charles, something he said or something, you know what I mean? He hit her with that Bay Area, that Bay water, you know what I mean? He splashed some of that Bay water on her motherfucking ass, and she couldn't get enough after that. Griselda had black boyfriends. She may have, you know what I mean? But as far as like a hood nigga, I just doubt that she was fucking with like a regular nigga from the hood that didn't really have nothing going on. I doubt that. I mean, I might be wrong, but I just couldn't see it. Maybe she might have fucked with some black dudes before, but not a nigga like him. You know what I mean? I don't see that. Oh, you was killing that Parkway with a bunny from Phoenix. Yeah, man. Phoenix, Phoenix breeds some cool hoes, man. I done had some cool ones from Phoenix. Crazy ones too, but shit, everywhere breed crazy bitches. I don't know of a place that don't breed crazy bitches. They all come. They come from everywhere. Detroit say, "Yo, Freeze, blessings with a story, man. Come on, laugh out loud. You a good storyteller." I'm gonna have to say that for the next one, man. Matter of fact, Ellenwood, when it's live in, which I'm about to end it in just a minute, you'll have to go back and peep what I was talking about with Black China, because I'll drop some cool game on there, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this live up now, man. I can't believe we've been live almost 4 hours, man. It don't even seem like it, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up, man. As always, I appreciate y'all's support in every which way that you come with it. I appreciate all your comments, all your good questions, and your good feedback. I appreciate y'all taking a pimp down memory lane and reminiscing with a pimp. You know what I mean? I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs downs. For those of y'all that hit it, you know what I mean? Even with the hating going on, I appreciate all that. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate your support in every which way that you come with it, man. And y'all already know, man, we're going to do this shit again much sooner than later. Once again, I appreciate y'all, man. Freeze is it. If you out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. And y'all already know what it is, man. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Be easy. Oh, and put some love in your life, man. As you can see, a pimp done depleted his. I'm finna go refill right now. But yeah, man. Hydrate yourself one time, you did.